And we're the three best friends that anybody could have. We're the three best friends that anyone could have. We're gonna do things all the time together. Just because we're not on a bachelor party doesn't mean that we can't hang out.
What's going on, everybody, and welcome back to Wolfpack Wednesdays, episode 54. Too sweet to everybody out there. Thank you for joining us for another episode. We got a lot to talk about. We got a little bit of everything for everyone. We got some Marvel, finally. We have some Star Wars, of course. We got some DC, thank you. And it's going to be a fun show. We have the Wolfpack here. We also have a very special guest who I'm going to introduce in 1 second. But if you guys watching wouldn't mind doing me a favor, hit that like button on the way in. Subscribe to all my friends' channels. You can find it in the description below. Also, give us a shout out in the chat so we know you're watching. I like to say hi to everybody before we get the wheels going here. Also, started with a poll right off the bat. I want to know what you're most excited to discuss tonight, because I think that's what we're going to start with. We're going to let you, the chat, decide what we talk about first. But those are some of the things that have been happening in the 6-scale news that we're going to talk about today. So, without further ado, I want to welcome back Riley Reviews, a guy that I really enjoy having on the channel. It's been too long. There's so many great people in the hobby itself that we're trying to have everyone on, and it's just like, dude, I can't believe it's been like 11 months since this guy's been on the show. So Riley, I know life comes at you fast. Your display looks great since the last time we talked. I've been watching your videos and whatnot, but thank you for coming. How are you doing, man?
Dude, I'm doing great, Graham. Thank you for the invite. I know I kept asking him, like, when are you gonna get me back on? Come on, he doesn't invite me back, but it's been a little bit of time, but I'm finally back here on Wolfpack Wednesdays, and yeah, like you said, the collection's been growing. It's a lot of different changes coming. But yeah, I'm just excited to talk into the topics tonight. It's going to be a fun one.
Well, after our first Wolfpack adventure, I wasn't sure you'd want to come back. That we had a lot of fun, but at the same time, that one, depending on who you talk to, maybe got out of hand just a little bit. But,
and I wasn't 21 when that was airing, so now I could actually drink with you.
He's
guys.
just sitting there.
Now, so. Yeah, I'm like lame one other group, just doing nothing. Yeah.
Well, and then I think the time before that is when my internet kept cutting out, right? And then you kind of had to
I think so.
right the ship a little bit. So yeah, some very interesting times when Riley is on. So I'm looking forward to it. I have a little bit of rabbit hole to
Very
sip
nice.
on tonight as we
Started.
discuss
Sip
this
on.
awesome hobby. Brick, welcome. How happy are you on a scale of 1 to 10 to be talking about Batman today? Up?
A 10 that I don't have to talk about the Batman again.
Oh no, I said up to talk about Batman tonight.
I am just happy that we have some Marvel to talk about. Nothing against the Batman, but I've been talking about him for the past year, off and on, whether it's in art or Hot Toys. Cool figure, but I'm excited to talk about some Spider-Man.
And Brick, we're buddies now.
We are.
Behind you,
Look at that.
behind me.
There you
Look
go.
at that.
Perfect.
I had to move these two over here because that one over there, Toby over there, took up some space. So
Yeah, you got
Had to
your
figure it
Toby
out a
in
little
today.
Fire.
yeah, man, it's
Really
awesome.
quickly, 30 seconds or less. How impressed are you by the Toby figure?
You know, I love it when I see all these reviews and it takes forever to get to my house because then it's almost like a movie when somebody's talking crap about a movie, about the suit and everything, and then you get it and you're like, this is
Riley.
amazing.
Yeah.
So, no, like it really, of course, it's got its flaws. I'm not going to say it doesn't, but it is so nice to have a Toby in the display. And that base,
100%.
if the figure's a 7, the base makes the whole set a 10. I mean, somehow.
Yeah.
I don't know how, but it's like, it's really cool.
It's fire.
Well, very happy for you that you got that in the collection. I know it was a long wait. DLO, the Collector. What's up, my friend?
What's up, broski? How's
Looking
everybody
good
doing?
as always. Looking
Oh,
smooth.
Great.
Thank you. The hat is
Sensual.
doing heavy lifting. I'm a 7, but with the hat on, this hat, it's a 10 actually tonight. So thank you for that.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Sweet.
excited to have Riley back. It feels like forever. I
Been a
mean,
minute, man.
like his whole half of his other side of his case was like empty the last time we saw him,
Has changed.
and now
I
it's
don't
like
even think he had that Batman statue. I
I
know he
think
talked
Joker
about
was
it,
the
but-
only thing.
That's
Joker
sick.
was the only
That's
thing I think I
kinda
saw.
wild.
But you
I
got
do
the
have
James
my
Gunn
NR
statue.
Batman. Brick's favorite character, the Batman. He's right here. So I can.
Bring it
Oh,
out.
I've never
Let's
seen
go.
it
Let's
before.
see it.
I haven't seen it.
Oh,
Can I
let's-
see that?
let's
Oh,
see
yeah, I guess I could. Sure. Well, hold on. Let me
I did
grab
do
it.
a whole mod
Let's go
video
full
on
on.
that. but
Look
whatever.
at the background.
Maybe
He's got it
It's
set
probably
up so
terrible. Probably terrible lighting, but he's right here. He looks pretty
Ooh,
badass,
Okay.
but
nice. That does look
not
pretty
really.
good.
I've been working on poses. This is not a finished pose, but yeah, he's right here. He's a
He
pretty
definitely
damn
looks-
fire.
It looks more proportionate,
Yeah,
like here.
You
But when
gotta-
I've seen videos, it just looks a little awkward. But
Dude,
this looks good.
yeah. One thing I'll say is I wish they had like a flight pole or something because this cape is really cool. Like the wire on it, you can like do so much things with. Like it's a huge cape, but there's no like dynamic pole to where you can kind of do those poses. But I used like one of my Spider-Man stands and had fun with it. But yeah,
Yeah,
Right
that
on,
looks
man.
great.
Looks good. He
Pretty
does
dope.
not skip
Nice.
shoulder day. I'll tell you that.
he does not. He does not. But yeah, I'm planning on doing a posing video that's coming up soon. But yeah, it's a great
That's
figure.
I'm looking
I gotta
forward
say-
to it, man.
Yeah, since we just kind of had you full and kind of saw your background there a little bit more too. Like really impressed by your Spider-Man cases as well. Just
Dude.
how organized and I
tell
love
us.
how spaced out it is. Like you have all the diorama bases, but it's all
Right.
it just looks so nice. So, question though,
Thank
are you going to keep those Spider-Man figures in those poses long term, or is that something you just do for a couple weeks and you change it up?
Yeah, so I typically just leave the poses. I usually change them like every once in a while, but for the most part, I leave them in the pose. I do know that hurts a lot of people's hearts because it could damage it or crease it or etc. Which is honestly one of the biggest things that why people like steer away from Spidey hot toys, which makes sense. But to me, it's just one of those things where I don't like. I mean, the No Way Home line, I don't think I'd ever touch or sell. So it's where it's the point where
Right.
I just like to have fun with the figures, pose them, because at the end of the day, I'd probably never sell them. So that's
Right.
the way I look at it.
Okay, cool. And last but certainly not least, we have the EvilSneaker residing
What's up, guys?
from his volcanic throne in
Wow.
his basement.
Organic.
What's going on, dude?
Oh, what's up, guys? Riley, good to see you on, man. It's crazy having. I feel like I did an episode of the Collector Tour with Riley a while back,
Yes.
and my internet was getting. I think we crashed out and Riley ran the show.
Dude,
too
I'm
for
like
me, so we have,
cursed
like,
or
the-
something.
It's like
I
the
just have a
Wolfpack
problem.
curse, dude.
I don't know, man.
It's like the Wolfpack curse, man. It was just crashed out, but yeah, man, good to see you. Excited to have you on the show, but yeah, man, excited to talk about. We're getting everything. Like this is probably the first time in a while we've gotten Star Wars, Marvel, DC stuff to talk about. So I'm
True.
excited
Yeah,
to.
that's awesome.
Yeah. Yeah,
like
it's
Brooke
nice to
said,
get some
it's
variety.
actually kind of refreshing just to have the variety again, because we all love Star Wars, but
hasn't
like,
happened in a while.
man, yeah, Star Wars. I know Sneaker can't get enough for sure, but like,
Keep it
it's just
rolling,
nice to
baby.
have
Keep
a
it
little bit of the
rolling.
variety. And we might have some issues with this Batman figure. I don't know. We'll see. But at least we're getting something Batman as well. So yeah, a lot of good stuff come down the pipeline from Hot Toys. All right, good to have everybody here. We got 44 in the house so far. Again, don't forget to hit that like button. Say hello to us, and make sure you vote on that poll, because I'll be closing it out as soon as I say hello to everybody. So without further ado, let's see who's joining us tonight. And first, we have Valkyrie Magnus. Good evening, gentlemen. You are tonight's entertainment. Man, it's a lot of pressure, but I think we'll be okay. We have channel member Collection Obsession, Wolfpack. Hello there, Too Sweet to You. Thank you for the support. We got Doc Bat. Always good to have him here as well. Hello, all. Tristan is in the chat. What's up, fam? Hashtag Team Mace. We got Christian Cooper. What up, Wolfpack, and everyone in the chat. I don't think we've spoke to Christian on Wolfpack. Maybe it was last Wednesday. I thought it was a different stream that he got his crosshair finally. So I just want to say congratulations to Christian on being patient and getting that crosshair in hand. That's a big deal. We got another channel member in the house. It's Primetime Reviews. Yo, what's up, everyone? Too Sweet to You, Brandon. Hope you're doing well there on the East Coast. We also got Queso Blanco, another channel member. What's up, guys? Cheers to you. Action in the Box. Good to have Ricardo in here. I know it's late for him, so I always appreciate when he hops on the live with us and hangs out. So hope you're doing well too, my friend. We got another channel member here, Giovan. Howdy, everyone. Howdy. We got Born Again. Hello, Wolfpack. Memorial Day weekend is ahead of us. What do you consider to be relaxing weekend, collecting or non-collecting related? Thank you for tonight's show. If anybody's new, Riley, I know you're not on here every week, but Born Again is kind of starting to be known for like the icebreaker question when it comes to Wolfpack Wednesday. Like, he always has a good question for us. Sometimes it's cereal, sometimes it's how we like our steak done, sometimes it's just random stuff like this. So Riley, I'm going to let you go first here. Do you have any plans, or what do you find relaxing on this holiday weekend?
It's a good question. I mean, I'm going to be working for the night, but on the like early before that, I'd say I like sports. I like to play basketball. I like to watch basketball. The playoffs are just on, so I know. Unfortunately, your Bucks are that's who you root for, right? The Milwaukee. They've been out because of those injuries. That was unfortunate, but some amazing playoff games recently. So that's what I've been honestly focusing on. It's been fun.
Who's your team and who are you currently pulling for?
Dude, well, I mean, honestly, I don't really have I guess I'd say the Lakers, but I mean, they're just not good. They had never make it through, like, as of recent. And right now, like, in the playoffs, I'm rooting for the Timberwolves. I think I like Anthony Edwards. He's a dope player, so I hope they make it all the way. It's cool.
I agree. I'm with you.
Nice.
Wasn't a fan of the Pacers, but as I'm watching them a little bit more, I'm kind of rooting for them as the huge underdog as well.
Yesterday's game was crazy.
That was
tough.
tough.
My god, they blew it, but that was crazy. But yeah. Anyways,
good to have another basketball fan in here. Sneaker, how about you? What's relaxing to you on Memorial Day?
Oh man, this Memorial Day, I have a lot of stuff going on right now. It's got a lot of stuff. Summertime's around the corner. The kids are getting older. They need stuff to do outside, so I'm going to be doing probably some yard work stuff. I'm working on building a sandbox, but it'll be fun. I don't work on Fridays, so I'll be off Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. So I'll get some relaxation time as well. But I just like when it's a 4-day weekend. I just like hanging out and chilling. I don't really do anything specific. Spend some time with the family and
cooking out.
Usually, I'll probably grill out usually, but we don't do anything fancy. But just like getting a little recharge. The weather's getting nicer, so that's pretty much it. Nothing. I don't really have anything exciting to say about that.
Yeah, for us Wisconsinites, the weather it's finally
getting
been
nice.
Good since like mid-April. So it's kind of like our coming out party. We finally coming out to summer and being able to enjoy the weather. So typically we don't get any more snow, but you never know. DLO, how about you, man? Collecting or non-collecting? What's relaxing for you coming up here?
Ooh, barbecue, swimming pool.
Oh yeah,
fireworks, and a nap in a hammock.
Do you have your pool in yet? Is your pool in?
Nope, still on the waiting list, just waiting for my turn.
Oh, man, well, you got to be used to waiting lists right now, so it doesn't really matter, right? You're like,
Yeah,
oh yeah,
right.
I'm familiar
Yeah.
with these.
Oh, please.
DLO,
I buy one six
DLO
figures.
pre-ordered
This
his
is
pool.
nothing. Yeah, right. Yep.
DLO had to pre-order his pool, the number one pre-order that he's
Slight
had.
difference, just a little bit bigger NRD than usual.
Right.
That's it. That's it there. But yeah, I'm in Florida, dude. I mean, it's fireworks, barbecues, swimming pools. Can't beat it.
Very nice, sir. Brick, other than getting smashed this weekend, what are you doing?
Well, that was my answer. No. I'm gonna go up to the lake house, hopefully one of these days, parents' lake house, and probably sit on the pier and have a cigar and talk
Ooh,
to the
there you
dad
go.
for a little bit and just relax, hang out with the kids
Sounds
out there,
relaxing.
play around, and grill out. Yeah,
That sounds fun.
that's fun.
Yeah, for me too. I want to get some yard work done. But then because it's the long weekend, I want to definitely cook out. Probably have a cigar myself and just I kind of like to not have plans, but then kind of let things develop, naturally. And if we do stuff, then great. But I just don't want to be like too busy and just let it kind of come to me. So that's kind of what I do too. But yeah, definitely going to be cooking out. So looking forward to it. So thanks for the question, Born Again. We got Striker 47. Hello, Wolfpack crew. Fingers crossed we don't get any exclusives to end this week. My bank account cannot handle it. Riley, were you in on any of the recent Star Wars stuff? I know you're not really a Star Wars collector, so did you let it all pass?
I mean, well, I wouldn't say I have a couple Star Wars on the bottom shelf, but I wouldn't say I'm totally out of Star Wars. But the exclusive wise, I think everything recently I've skipped on. They're cool, but not things I need to hunt for. Not a priority for me.
Gotcha. DLO in the house, and he says,
Welcome to the fucking show.
Love it.
everybody, we got a
Love
good
it.
show for
Love
you. We got Stacy in the house. Good evening, fellow collectors. Pre-ordered Obi-Wan Kenobi just minutes before it went on waitlist last night. Thank the maker. Congrats.
Real.
Big deal for... I know Sneaker's a huge fan, so it's a big deal for anybody that loves Obi-Wan.
No.
Not
We got-
sneaker.
No way.
Chris, 1138. Evening, Wolfpack in chat. Good evening to you. Another channel member. We got the movie canon Geo in the house. Evening, collectors. What's going on, my friend? Hope you're doing well over on the West Coast over there with Riley. Jose, what's going on, my friend? Riley with the Wolfpack, but he's selling his collection to buy more Crocs. Is this an inside joke?
He always calls me out because he's seen like one video where I was wearing Crocs or
Dude,
something.
It's
and that-
okay. Look.
Till that day, he will always say,
Crocs
"Yeah,
are
there's-
worth that, dude.
There you
Oh
go.
my gosh.
I'll be honest. I'll never wear them outside. I wouldn't wear them.
Same.
But when I'm like
Same.
in the house, they're comfy shoes. I like to.
Yeah,
just
mine don't leave the
slippers.
house. Mine don't
Yeah,
leave
they're
the house.
so
Mine are
easy
lined,
to take
so...
on and off to go outside, like
Thank you.
grilling
I
on the
love
back
this.
patio. They're like slides, man.
These guys know. Come on, Jose.
DLO, do you wear Crocs?
Nope.
I'm with you, buddy.
Not
I would
Judging
never...
every
I don't
one
wear,
of you
I don't wear
here.
Crocs here, man. I've never owned a pair of Crocs. I
I
look at
just got
Crocs.
my first pair last year, actually.
I look at Crocs and it
Change your
just
life.
it reminds me of like
Kind of.
smelly feet. You know?
Wow.
I would be curious
What
to
happened?
see who actually, if you were to put on a pair of Crocs, I want to know who actually feels like they're uncomfortable because I just don't understand how that could be a thing.
It's true. They're very
No, no, no.
comfy.
They're
think-
very,
And especially with the
comfortable.
little bumps in there on your just on your bottom of your feet feels actually pretty good. That texture.
All right, I'm not saying all that. I'm not saying all that.
I swear by my Nike slides. I prefer those.
I'm not going with the
Thank you.
bumps on
I've
the
got
feet,
some
but
Under
they're
Armour
cushiony, they're
slides.
comfy.
I'm good with that.
Nike slides is all you need. Everything else is just
Slides
what
are
you
a good
do-
option.
What are you doing?
Brad Cormack is here. Hey, Wolfpack, too sweet. Hey, Brad, how's that weather up by you? Did the nasty weather make it up there in the UP? Hope you're doing all right. We got Darth Kibbles, another channel member. Good evening. Looking forward to the panel tonight. Thanks for being here, John. Christian Cooper, Crosshair coming in tomorrow, boys. Man, that feels like a long wait, so congrats. Tighter FL, what's up, everyone? Trash Panda, Spiderman for sure. We got Thrawn's Office, another channel member. Jello to the people. What's going on, dude? Hope you're doing well this Wednesday night. Universal Key evening, everyone. Good to have you here. I love seeing everybody week after week coming back. It just makes me feel like we're doing something right, that we have such a big group of people that love coming back each and every week. So thank you guys for that. RDS Geek, what's up, Wolfpack? Hope all is good. An awesome day today. I received the mail. My Hot Toys Crosshair. Just need tech to complete Clone Force 99. Wow. Congrats to everybody locking up Crosshair lately.
For
That's
real.
big. Batman Collectibles, thank you for being here, my friend. Darth Tamaras, always good to see you. Hey, fellas. We got Wayne Timothy, good evening, fellow collectors. Music and collectibles, this looks like a newer name. Hello, guys. Welcome to the show. Thank you for being here.
Nice picture.
Sneakers twin went on wait list. And Movie Canon gifted one Jedi
snap.
Knights Watch membership.
Tighter.
Tighter FL. Welcome
Nice.
to the watch or the pack. Can't see that here, but welcome to the channel membership. If you guys are interested, we do perks like emojis that only you guys can use, channel shout outs, early release to videos, and channel member giveaways. So yeah, consider being a channel member if you want. If not, that's perfectly fine too. We got Adric23, another channel member. Hello there. Derek, yet another one. Good evening, everyone. Cheers to some good conversations and awesome releases. We got Equan in the house. Pacers had so many chances to win. I think it'll be a tight series if Boston needed their help to win. I could see it going one way or another. Like, I could see that being like their best effort, and then they're just getting blown out the rest of the series. It's tough to say, but we'll see. Hopefully they fight back and make it a good series. But I still got the Celtics winning, unfortunately. But I'd love to be surprised or be proven wrong. Batman says he's off to Florida tomorrow. A couple days on the beach to relax. That would do it. I mean, that sounds pretty good. So maybe you could hook up with DLO. Go to the pool together.
That's true.
We got
Bring
Miami's
beer.
Nemesis.
You're welcome.
What's going on, dude? Thank you for being here. Tighter FL says thank you, Movie Canon. Yeah, very generous. Movie Canon will do that from time to time, so just be on the lookout for that.
Sweet.
It was funny too. If anybody watched Geo's stream on Sunday, Brick was on there, and Brick lives across the street from me, so his family was actually hanging out with my family, and his wife wanted me to get some beers from the fridge, so I decided to go into his room and actually crash
Scare the shit out of me.
stream. So it was a good time, and I said hi to Geo and everybody on the panel and whatnot. So it was a good time. We got Hammer of God. What's up, Wolfpack and chat? Thank you for being here, Hammer of God. We always love seeing you in here. Luke Christian. All the cool kids wear Crocs to basketball these days with socks. If I wore Crocs in school, I would have been bullied. Yeah. I only judge if you're an adult and you wear Crocs in public. Yeah, I've never done that. Yeah, I usually wear flip-flops. That's the way
I love how you guys love your Crocs, but then you don't want to wear them in public. 'Cause
Shame.
It's
because they.
It's about like the comfiness. It's not the design. Like I understand the design.
Not a
It's
great design.
It's not appealing, but yeah. I'll defend them till the day I die.
They do have cool little decorations.
Oh
I don't
my
have
gosh,
Crocs to
yeah.
decorate
The
them, but they
flare
do
that
have
you
little.
can put on there.
It's pretty cool.
Seen some crazy stuff.
Yeah, Brad says he just got a lot of rain up north. Ricardo says I work from home every day. My official work shoes are Crocs. Jose says they're a fashion crime. Yeah, very diverse. We should have put a poll up for that. We got Clinton Martin in the house. Howdy, folks. I think we're getting there. Just making sure I didn't miss anybody. We are caught up.
Let's go.
All right. Let's see what you guys are most excited to talk about tonight, because that's what we're going to talk about. I'm going to end this poll, so hopefully you all voted. And here we go. The results are in. 54 votes. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. What are you most excited to discuss tonight? Mace Windu, 38%. No Way Home, Spider-Man, 33%. Batman Armory, 22%. And Eternal Toys.
My boy getting beat by Mace.
Dude, the Star Wars fans
that,
prevail,
bro?
man.
Oh man.
Jedi
Wars
Master. I
everywhere.
want to put some respect on that name.
There you go.
All right. Well, let's get into it. Mace Windu was released late last week, I think. Something like that. Feels like it's been a while. So here are the blogger picks, the final picks. This is a pretty sweet pick here with Django as well. Riley, I want to start with you. I know, again, you got some Star Wars, but it's not your main franchise that you chase. But so for somebody, you're not getting this, are you?
I don't think so. I'm pretty sure I'm skipping on this. But okay. I don't know. I'm not certain.
So somebody that has like kind of no skin in the game type of thing, maybe you'll get it. But right now, you're not really kind of there.
Yeah.
What do you think of the likeness to Samuel L. Jackson? Are you happy with this? Do you think it looks good? Do you think it's off? What are your thoughts?
Well, firstly, I'd say from proto to final, I think it is what they advertised from the start. I mean, I understand. There's a lot of people saying like, "Oh, this is like horrible," because I've been seeing it on Facebook. There's been a lot of I've seen some certain threads where people are going off on this figure. They're not a fan of the likeness, but like I said, from the proto to final, it looks like what it turned out to be. But yeah, I understand why people. I mean, to the actual actor, it's not a perfect likeness for sure. I would say it's. I mean, if I had to like rate it out of 10, maybe like a 7, just off the top of my head. I don't know, but. Again, people are also saying like you could use it like as like a Clone Wars interpretation of both like Samuel L. Jackson and his Clone Wars look, but I don't know. I mean, it's supposed to be based off Samuel L. Jackson, so I would say that's kind of an excuse. But to me, right. Yeah, it's not perfect, but I feel like it wouldn't like I'd still get this figure if I loved Star Wars and the sword. Like just because of the head sculpt here, I wouldn't be like, oh my god, like I'm not gonna get this. This looks horrible. Like I'm not gonna get it. I wouldn't say that. It's not that drastic. In my opinion, but yeah, it's even like a great example is the Doc Ock to me. Like I'm not crazy about the sculpt, but I mean obviously I love No Way Home, so it's just one where it's a must-have. And to people who got this, I think people will react the same way if they love Star Wars. I don't think you can really skip out on this because he's a pretty iconic character. That's what I'd say.
Yeah, I think from certain angles I can see it, and I think the video here. It looks better than, say, like the blogger pics. I don't know. Something about maybe just the way the lighting hits the head sculpt. It looks a little off. And I understand, too, like, this was never on my radar. So, like, seeing the prototype, I really didn't give two shits about it because I knew I wasn't going to get it. But I know there's a lot of hardcore Mace Windu fans out there. So I'm curious to see, like, were they upset, you know, initially? And do they think also, they kind of hit it?
You can also say, like, with the Tom Holland they just released, like, people are saying that's like bang on. That's the main consensus is that they absolutely killed the sculpt. So when you see stuff like this, you're like, why can't they grab that, consistency? There's always like those hits and misses.
That's a great question because that's what I wonder too is like, how can we get some figures likeness so right and then some like so wrong? Like I don't. Do you guys ever feel that way on the panel, like that they're just very inconsistent?
Well, they have different artists, right?
That's true.
I mean,
yeah,
that's one reason probably.
But wouldn't you think like it would like your proto would go to like a place where like people would pass it through or like say no, you got to go back to work on this. Like I don't know, it's just
yeah, they're probably all looking at it like before they're announcing it. It's making the rounds, right? I wouldn't think it's just like one artist to feel like it's making the rounds. It's interesting.
That's always bugged me because it's like even going back, like you would think with technology, things should just get better and better. But then you look at the older figures like, the Terminators, the Nicholson Joker, Harley Quinn, stuff like that. And you're just like, why can't you get some of these as good as this one? DLO, you got any insight on that?
I mean, I don't know. I mean, as far as
it's like mass produced now,
well,
like
I mean, the thing is just like, I mean, that's a question I've been asking myself for years, right? Because kind of like what everybody said, like they'll just bang out one specific one and it's gorgeous. This is like the best head sculpt we've ever seen, and then turn around and give us something like an Ant-Man, right, or Tony Stank, and then they'll come back and they'll give you something that's an absolute like banger. So it's just like there's no rhyme or reason that I can honestly say. I mean, I think specifically for Mace Windu, I think this one isn't bad. Definitely like it's gonna be one of those figures that like kind of how you already said, Graham. Like, it's angles are gonna be your best friend. The sculpt is good, It's just wide, right? That's all. That's the only issue with the sculpt here. If it was a little bit more narrow, then it would match Mace, aka Sam Jackson, a little bit better. My theory is this was kind of like a hybrid of the two. Because keep in mind, this is also episode 2 and also supposed to be a Clone Wars version of him. For me, when I look at this head sculpt, I see more Clone Wars Mace Windu than I do episode 2 Mace Windu. And maybe that's secretly necessarily just like more, I don't want to give him like crap for this, but maybe a business decision on Hot Toys side. Because let's be honest, if they nailed this sculpt over here, would we really be going out and clamoring for an episode 3? There's not much of a difference between the two of them, right? So maybe in a correct way, they just said that, you know what, we're going to put out this one here. It's going to serve as, a Clone Wars one for somebody eventually. We'll pop out on episode 3, and that'll be the one with the Surge system in there. Because if you think about it, I think someone already put it in the chat. If I'm not mistaken, I think it might have been Thrawn's office. He said, why didn't this one get Surge if Padme has it, if Anakin has it presently? So you makes you wonder, like, maybe it was like semi-intentional because maybe they're just trying to give you a reason to buy another one. I don't know. That's
Does
just
this
my
have
guess.
the USB lightsaber, or is this still old technology? Okay.
No, it has a USB lightsaber.
Nice.
Yeah. Sometimes I feel like these questions, they're more business decisions on Hot Toys side as opposed to like inadvertently missing the mark. Because I mean, a person is a person, no matter what. I mean, it's all up to interpretation, sure, but they've been doing this for so long. It makes you wonder when they miss, and they miss by a wide margin, if it wasn't semi-intentional,
Right. Like it's weird. You get some really good ones, and I think Riley's probably on the same side of the fence. With this one is like, I don't understand how they can, and we'll talk about this in a little bit. So I don't. We'll just touch about it. But like, why can't you get a Bale Batman right? Like, I feel like the Dark Knight ones are okay, but like the Begins one's atrocious, and there's just so many inaccuracies with the Dark Knight suit and the likeness. So it's just weird how, just spot on with some, and some are just like we missed. And it's like, you could say like, well, this is like a side character, so maybe they just don't give a shit as much. But like, it's Batman, so it's just weird.
And the source material hasn't changed. That's the funny thing about this whole process. It's like we're getting multiple iterations of figure, over time, and minor upgrade here, minor upgrade there. Like, why aren't you just doing it all the same? And again, I don't want to put the hat on right now and just theorize everything, but it's like, it does feel kind of odd at times where we're a handful of figures deep into a figure like the Dark Knight Christian Bale. And I think what made this the 5th or 6th time they made this figure, and people still are not 100% convinced. So, I mean, it kind of makes you wonder, like, the Mace thing, it looks good. Yeah. I personally want it. I'm excited to get it there. And in my head, I've already kind of justified it and said, well, chances are Hot Toys will probably make another one of this at some point. Maybe branded episode 3. And this one will serve as my Clone Wars Mace Windu. And then eventually I'll get my definitive Mace Windu from the movies in the next figure, But it's kind of where I feel like this one is going to wind up.
Now, you're kind of the kit basher, too. Would you ever consider getting a second and kit bashing another Samuel L. Jackson character from something else?
I would have a few years ago, but Hot Toys is so fixated on 2.0s and all this stuff. It almost feels like it's unnecessary for this particular one because it's inevitable that it'll come
What would
out.
it have been?
What do you mean, if I wanted to kit bash something, or?
Yeah. You said you would have done it maybe a few years ago. Did you have something in mind?
Well, I mean, there was a third-party one that was pretty solid back then. I think it was called Saber Master or something along those lines. Pretty solid one. That was the only Mace Windu figure we had for maybe 4, maybe 5 years, something like that. So I would have maybe got 2 of those at one point and maybe did an episode 2 and 3 if I really wanted to get into it. But it was just one of those things where eventually a character like him wouldn't be ignored forever. They'll make him. And now that they have one, I guarantee you they're going to go back to the well and make another one eventually. It's just a question of when.
Sure. Brick, I want to get your thoughts on this.
I mean, what Delo's saying, it's almost like Apple, how they come out with a new iPhone every year and they just tweak it just a little bit. It's kind of what they're doing with figures these days with these head sculpts and mobility and whatnot. Or I guess not mobility, but you know what I mean. So I like the figure. I think he looks fine. I've been 50-50 on Mace for a while. I am a Mace Windu fan. I'm a huge prequel fan, as you guys know. I just with everything coming out, and my wallet can only go so deep. I tend to have to kind of be careful every now and then. Once this went low on stock, I didn't know until it was waitlisted. I didn't notice until it was waitlisted. So that kind of stunk, because now my 50/50 went to like, way lower, to maybe like a 0% as of now. I can't get Mace Windu. So it kind of took the decision for me. Now with the head sculpt, I do think it was kind of soft in these photos. I agree with Riley that, it is what they were trying to sell you. So it's not like they changed anything. But I do think those videos went a long way. Once I saw the videos, I was like, okay, well, this is pretty good. This isn't bad. This looks pretty much like Samuel Jackson. I mean, you can change a little bit. I do think it's a little soft, but you can make him look a little bit more Samuel Jackson, like a little bit more tougher, I guess. He's just a tough looking guy. Do kind of just looks, I don't know, like Clone Wars, I guess, like what you guys are saying, more that version. So I do have Padme, and I am getting Anakin. I would like Mace eventually, but with all this episode 3 talk that everyone's talking about, it kind of makes me just want to wait for that if it's going to be better.
Yeah,
I think this will be the only Mace we're getting, honestly. That's what I think.
Really?
Me
But,
too.
I mean,
Me
I
too.
have a hard
Like,
time thinking there'd be another
do
one
you think
coming.
they'd really do another Mace? I feel like it's too
Yeah, like
similar.
Unless they
1,000%.
develop the
so.
character further, I don't see.
I think it's a one and done. But maybe
I
you're
could see
right,
us
maybe you're
getting.
right.
I could see us
Hold
get
on.
an actual Clone Wars Mace Windu, and they just take this head sculpt and paint it a little bit differently.
Dude, you gotta understand, every figure now moving forward is gonna have that separated eye rolling system. Like every figure we've got that's been newly announced. So if the feature was left out, that always leaves a window open for them to come back to it,
True.
do some quick modifications, that because we're gonna be talking about a Batman for like the 6th time since I've been collecting. So it's like, yeah, I mean, you can never take it off the table truly, because there's no such thing as a perfect hot toy. As much as we want to kind of say like this is all we need, Hot Toys always disagrees with us on that. There, it's like, no, we can do better right after you buy this one, right? I mean, it's kind of happened a couple of times here, so it may be for a while, but we did just get an Emperor Palpatine right after getting a Clone Wars Palpatine. Now,
True.
granted, 2 different head sculpts, valid, but you mean they didn't have to do it, but they did it anyway. So you never know. You just never, especially with Star Wars. There's always room to come back to it. That's my opinion.
Well said. So, Luke Christian and Casablanco have some interesting thoughts here, Sneaker. They say maybe it was an older figure that they decided to just finally bring out. It's not a great sculpt, but I think it works. So, wasn't Mace teased like a long time ago, and then they finally announced him? He was teased with a Django. I don't remember what it was with.
I'm
But
not sure.
wasn't there a gap of him being teased and then him finally being announced? Because people were like, help me out in the chat if you guys know this, but I thought everybody wanted Mace, didn't come, and then with another announcement he was teased, and then didn't come, and then finally he was announced, and
Right.
here
I
we
feel
are
like
today. So
maybe you are right. Maybe it got
so I wonder if
teased.
it is like something they've had kind of in the pipeline, and then finally now just got it out. But Sneaker, what do you think about that? What are your thoughts? I know you're getting this. How excited are you?
Yeah, I think there's something to this being like potentially was something that was already created. This like almost reminds me of like the end of what Hot Toys has been doing, like pre-rolling eyeballs. Like this is like it's coming to an end, and they just like got this figure out to have it that way and not have to do the work to like revamp it. I will say like this, the look with Mace with this particular figure, when it comes to like the seamless neck, looks really good on this figure. Like not having the neck seam line, especially with him being bald. Like if you look at like the side angles of his photos, like it looks good to have the one like clean line from his neck going up and having it all uniform, you know, like a uniform head sculpt. So I think there is something to that. It's almost like they had this and it's like the end of their non-rolling eyeballs and they're pushing that out. It is weird that like they throw in the USB saber. So I feel like this is probably something that was pretty much done, and they didn't want to change it. Also, with this being Mace Windu, I'm sure they're like, we know people are going to buy this. I think that's probably potentially part of it too. Like, people have been waiting for a Mace Windu. They know it's going to sell, which has obviously been shown. Like, I don't even know if this went low stock. I think this just like all of a sudden, right when he released, it went waitlist. And it's like, this is a waitlisted figure that, as opposed to some of the other ones where it's like, hey, go here, you can find it. Like, there's a lot of places that like went out of stock quick when it came to this Mace. So like, I think people want this figure. Overall, as far as the figure goes, it's definitely Mace Windu. I think if you look at the figure as a whole, like if somebody knows who Mace Windu is and you look at this, you're going to know that this is Mace Windu. I think the figure looks great. Is the head sculpt, it's a little off. I don't think the head sculpt is perfect. I think there could be something to what D-Lo's saying too. Like, you guys all made really good points. I feel like there could be something to what D-Lo's saying as far as them doing like a little bit of a hybrid blend from like, you know, Attack of the Clones and Clone Wars. There's definitely like something a little bit off about it. It doesn't really bother me too much. I'm with Riley. I don't think another Mace is coming anytime soon. I don't think we see a Mace for like Revenge of the Sith. I don't think we see another Mace for a long time. And I know like they're coming out with stuff, but like you said, DLO too, like there's not much they can change for this. Like, it would be the same exact figure with rolling eyes, and maybe like I guess if they update the head sculpt and do rolling eyes, that would really like that's it. But like if they do that, like if they do that next year, that would be kind of crazy. And I get it. Like, I get that they're doing a bunch of 2.0s, and I can see that coming, but I don't think it's going to happen anytime soon. I just want to say
Darth Maul 2.0 3 weeks ago has just entered the chat.
That figure came out, but that was a big gap ago. That's a big gap. That's a big gap.
I also feel like that's a more prominent character.
Well,
yeah, I would argue that too.
That's subjective, though. In reality, that's subjective there.
And like, this figure is just like, this figure, like Darth Maul's a bigger figure. There's more that they've upgraded for that. Like, you know, they did like USB speeder. They did the eyes. They did a brand new head sculpt. There's 2 new head sculpts. Like, this one would be updated head sculpt, rolling eyes. There's not much else you can do with Mace Windu. There's not like too much else that you can do for it. Is there a possibility?
They wouldn't
sure,
just do rolling eyes. It wouldn't just be that.
Did you just get here? What are you talking about?
I'm just saying to be rolling. I don't this, but
unless
this
they made his face chrome, they'd have
to
make his face chrome.
No, I get it. I get what you're saying, but this is like this is the one and only Mace we finally gotten. Why would they just turn around and redo it so quick? I get it with other figures that are more prominent, but this is like the very first Mace for them to just like turn around real quick and do that. I don't.
Heavy Mando got reissued because he got a name. Like,
that's true. That's true. And he also has
you guys got to take the collecting part out of it. You got to think like a business sometimes with these guys.
No, I get that. Like I get that, but it's also a little bit different from when like Heavy Mando going to like, that was when Mando was really hot, and that was when collecting was a little bit different. Now they're kind of like trying to like recorrect things, and like could it happen? Yeah, I could see it happening. I just don't think like everything is off the table as far as something getting reissued, obviously, right? Like, they could reissue anything. I just don't think it's going to happen anytime soon with this Mace.
Next year, Revenge of the Sith 20-year anniversary.
If they did that, that would just be like, I mean, that's just.
I will say a good argument would be also, I think it was Venom. Did they not like get him like a metal pipe in that next announcement? It was like the exact same thing.
It is.
So they did do that
exact same figure.
You're right.
But it's got the head sculpt.
It's not as prominent. Maybe he's not as popular as a Mace Windu. So
yeah, and also like that movie. Also, like, I could understand a reissue of a figure like that too, when like it's his movie, because it was like Venom and then Let There Be Carnage. That's so true. I get that, like them redoing it for like something like that, and like they have it, why not redo it? But like Mace is not the prominent character of Revenge of the Sith. Could they do it and update it? Sure. Like I'm not. I guess we'll find out when they do the Revenge of the Sith anniversary. But are they going to go and update it like that soon? I don't know if that's like, I don't feel like that's going to happen.
It would be a good time for them to do it.
It's going to be like, I would think it's not. It's
never.
Be like
don't do
it. It would be a few years, man.
Just leave it forever.
Throw a number on it. Let's put it on the board.
There's a lot. Think about how many Star Wars. Think about how many other Star Wars figures they haven't done that for yet. Like, I don't see why Mace would be special to do that for.
Bro,
you know
they did Clone Wars 501st because they showed up in Obi-Wan with a slightly different color blue. Anything's possible,
Yeah, but
bro.
that's
Yeah,
troopers
yeah.
though. Like
Yeah,
that's
that's
a,
like troopers are.
It's a
troopers are little bit
toy.
different.
It's a collectible. It still comes out of the same bank account that you pay for these figures on.
I'm
Why is
just
it something
thinking like
different?
when was the last time we got burned on a figure like this, like a human head sculpt, where like a year later they came out with a newly announced one.
Wonderful segue. Ryan Axel in the
Besides
chat says,
Batman.
dude, think of DX19. Shout out to you, Ryan Axel.
yeah, but
Besides
that's Batman.
That's Batman. This is Mace Windu. Like this is how many Batmans do we have? Like Batman's so popular.
Right.
Mace Windu. First of all, he's a mid-tier Jedi. You guys in the chat can talk
Holy
about that
cow.
amongst yourselves.
Oh,
Mace is
shots
mid-tier.
fired.
Yeah, that's
I don't want to shift the
Mid-tier
conversation, but
Jedi is
Mace
crazy.
Mace is a mid-tier Jedi.
Graham,
We'll stand,
viewer
we'll
discretion,
stand
please
by
put it.
forever.
Keep going. Hold
But,
on.
that's
You
bes-
just
that-
keep
but
talking.
That's besides the point.
Some viewers may find the following video disturbing. Viewer discretion is advised.
Yes.
Careful.
This
Careful.
show might not be for children. This is the
It's not
late
for kids.
evening hours.
It's not for
Watch out.
kids. But Mace did a lot of things wrong, man. Okay, Mace is he's powerful, but he could have done way
So
better.
did
Could've
Anakin.
done way
Stop
better,
this
man.
right now. I'm not.
Could have done way
I'm not
better.
doing this episode.
I mean, Obi-Wan could have
we're
done
not
better
doing this-
training.
we're not doing
Obi-Wan
this
could have done
episode.
better too. He could finish people off for once.
We're not doing this episode.
But
I hear you,
really
man.
quick. Hot Toys Hotline. Welcome to the show. We got Riley in. Riley. We got Joey in here. We got Zord Photography. We got One Adam 12. Ryan Axel's in the house. A bunch of people coming in. So just want to say hi to you guys. If I missed you, I'm sorry. Frank, what's going on? Gabriel's in here as well. But Hotline says Mace was actually teasing the battle droid photos, if
That's
I
right.
remember correctly.
Good memory.
So that was a while ago.
Shout out to you, dude.
Continue.
Mace is mid-tier Jedi. That's it.
Double down.
Just
Crazy,
wanna
bro.
stir
You're
the-
crazy.
just want to stir the pot a little bit, but yeah,
All
that's
right,
just.
let's do it.
I mean, that's just what my gut feeling is. Yeah, we had a big
Damn.
I
long
want to do a board
segment
bet.
on my show on Sunday about
Tristan
Mace
said
Windu,
Obi-Wan.
and it was just really
Obi-Wan
funny.
mid-tier is crazy.
All right. How
Um,
many years? Give me
It was
a
just
board
really
bet.
funny. What'd you say?
Over under 5 years. Board bet.
Over.
Over under.
Over.
5 years.
I think over,
Under.
man.
Over.
I just
Okay.
don't like. This isn't a character that's like really necessary
Unless,
for them
like,
to 2.0.
Unless
Like,
they
look at
build
the-
on the character to something else where he's more of a prominent character. I mean,
So
that-
look at the. I feel like if you look at the nature of human characters that they've 2.0'd,
Mhm.
this is not one that I feel like they're gonna pick in the near future. They're gonna go other ones like original trilogy characters. They're not gonna pick like a Mace Windu.
they
That
go
they're
main
just now-
characters and
It's
easy
the first one
makes.
they've released that took forever to get to this point. Why would they then do a brand new head sculpt to re-release
because
this
it's
again?
waitlisted.
It's also not a masked, like you said. It's a
It's
person.
weightless.
Yeah, it's a
Mando,
person.
main
It's not-
character,
as
mask.
soon as it
Batman,
released,
main character,
waitlisted.
mask.
Money.
It's like I just don't see this
Star
character
Wars.
as a
Yeah, but
2.0.
this
I
was
just
also
don't see
small
like we got a
batch.
2.0 Mace. That's just not. It just doesn't seem like that's the character that they're gonna
Yeah.
that they're
I
gonna
think-
2.0 to
I
be.
think,
about
if
that.
anything, it shows they just don't give a shit about the character, and they're like,
I
eh,
think
don't need rolling
honestly
eyes,
they
just
had
throw
it
out.
done. I think it's like we had this.
Get this out
We're gonna
there.
just put it. We know people are gonna buy Mace. It's the only one we've ever done. We know it's gonna sell. That's it. I think like could they have redid this entire sculpt? No, because they already teased it. They already showed it, and then this is what they ended up putting out. It's easy for them to do this. I like for them to now redo it. Just don't see that happening. It took us this long to get this, and look at the end product of this, right? Like this, like people are we think that the sculpt is not like perfected in this. Like what? Why would you think that they're gonna make this character then be like a fully revamped, way better 2.0 in like the really near future? I just don't see it.
I mean, it
Don't
happens
see it
for minor
happening.
characters all the time. I understand your argument because obviously, like, you know, we're talking Anakin and, you know, Obi and like big names like that. But, you know, put some respect on Mace's name. First of all, it is Samuel L. Jackson at the end of the day. But I'll bite for a second here. I mean, they do releases of new figures all the time. And sometimes, like, we don't even like, think about back to what I said before, Ant-Man, for example. Ant-Man was terrible. His last movie was terrible. They're still making an Ant-Man and a Wasp. And
Black Widows.
I wouldn't even consider them.
But that was
like,
based on the
main-
movie Ant-Man and the Wasp. This is Mace Windu. There's no movie
not a
based
Mace
on
Windu
him.
movie.
Revenge of
Oh,
the
gosh,
Sith.
stop.
That's the
Clone
movie.
Wars. Clone Wars.
But-
Revenge
Bro, I
of
will-
the Sith.
I will
Mace is
bet-
a side character.
Mace
I will
has
bet
never
my
been a
whole
main
collection.
character in any Star Wars.
Maybe not,
Like,
but
He's never been a main character. That's why I say like why
I don't
he's
know,
not really a
dude.
main.
I'm with you,
Black,
Sneaker.
Black
on
Widow
this
was
one.
I will-
never a main character
He's
until
not-
her movie.
I will buy.
And then her
She's an
movie had
Avenger.
a movie. Is there a Mace Windu movie? No,
No,
there's
I
not. There's no reason for
understand
them
there
to
was a
redo
movie,
it,
but how many
in
Black
my
Widows
mind.
did we have before her movie? That's my point. We've had a lot of Black Widows before her movie. We've
I
had a
will
lot
buy
of Scarlet
me-
Witches
I will-
before WandaVision.
There's just
I'm gonna
yeah,
buy DLO the Mace Windu 2.0 if it happens.
How many
I'll buy it.
scenes was he in?
That's all I've been
Avengers
trying to
Sith?
angle.
not gonna
That's why he
happen.
won't take my board back.
The whole time.
I say
The whole
under 5 years it'll happen. I wanted him to buy me.
Mace
one,
is
but
just
whatever.
Mace is just not a prominent enough character in my mind for them to really like focus on making him a 2.0 versus so many other main prominent Star Wars characters. He's
I don't
he's
know,
not
dude.
really a huge part of what you see in the prequels. You know what I mean? He's just
I agree.
he's kind of like
He's
a
barely
side
there.
character. Yeah,
Just
he's
as
not
much as
there very
Yoda.
long.
No, I'll agree. In the order of importance, he's definitely not the most important figure, the character for sure. I'll absolutely agree with you 100% on that there. But I just think when we're talking figures, man, we're talking money. Money talks, man. And
Yeah.
actually,
And
Ryan
there
actually
is a
kind of put it
fan
out
base
there.
for Mace Windu.
It's a matter of how well it does on the market, on the secondary market. If it blows up and it becomes like a $500, $1,000 figure because everybody's getting it and they didn't make enough, Hot Toys will make more. Like that is just how it
That
works.
was a great question from Jose.
You know what happens?
What
first?
happens first, the Mace 2.0 or Lando 2.0?
Oh man,
See, I don't know about a Lando 2.0, but like I could see one from Return of the Jedi.
right? Yeah,
Yeah,
I
we'll
And
get-
there's
we'll get a
different
new
looks
Lando
too.
before a
There's
new
different
Mace.
There's
looks
different
that
looks.
they could do.
Yeah, like
right.
Mace looks the same pretty much in all the times you see him. So like there's not much more you can do for updates. That's the main thing. Like there's not I see other 2.0s, they make like, you know, they update, they add different things. Mace is just be like a new head sculpt. Like that'd just be crazy. That'd just be crazy.
Oh, poor Steve. I'm with you on this one. But
Mid-Jedi.
let's
No,
let
it's
the
okay.
mob decide. Let's end the poll and see what the
It's
chat
okay. I know
says.
I'm in the minority of Mace being a mid-tier Jedi. He's a side character. I just don't
We
see
should have put
2.0
like a
happening.
timeline on this because obviously anything could be.
I mean,
2.0 in
like if we
50
get a
years,
Mace
but
in 3 to 5 years, am I going to be
I'd say
surprised?
under
No, but
5.
that's like 3 years.
I would be surprised.
Wait, so you don't think that's like a quick amount of time to do another one?
3
Like 3
years
years?
later,
Yeah.
You just said you don't think it's going to happen under 5. Now you're
I
saying
don't
it
think
could
it's going to
in
happen under
3?
5. I wouldn't be surprised if it did happen, but I don't think
I
it's going to
wouldn't.
happen.
So
Riley and I would.
wait a
I
minute.
don't think it's going to
You
happen.
can't say you won't be surprised if it happens in under 5, but you don't think it's going to
5 year
happen
bet
over
is
5.
Right,
It's,
right.
Standing on this
That's a
hill.
cop
No, I'm
out.
saying,
You're just-
I'm
no,
alone now.
saying
I'm alone
I
on
wouldn't
this
be
hill.
surprised if it
there's no way
happened,
you
but
can
I
lose.
don't think it's going to.
with
Is what
you,
I'm
Graham.
saying. Like,
Next
I would be.
question.
I like I said, like I agree with what you're saying that any 2.0, like none of it is off the table, but I just don't see it happening for this character. I don't see that being a focus.
Okay. Okay.
All right.
That's it.
Fair enough.
Take
a lot.
Spicy
Take a
in here.
Take a
Riley, you
lot
good?
here.
But it
I'm
could
good,
happen.
dude. I'm just trying to hold the peace. You guys good?
Riley
Doing okay?
Riley
Jeez.
started it. I was just agreeing with
I
what
know.
Riley said. He's the one that said it first. He
did.
said, I think this is a one and done.
Sprinkled it in.
Threw gasoline and
Yeah.
you couldn't help yourself and say, hey, Mace is
Now
mid.
I'm-
I'm defending my boy Riley over here. Let's go.
Let's go. Let's go. I agree with you, bro. Let's go.
All right, we're gonna transition here. I think we've talked about Mace. Hopefully, you guys were able to get him. Raise your hand on the panel if you are picking up Mace. Is it just Sneaker and D'Lo? All right,
So, no wonder why we fight so much.
a whole married couple.
You guys been fighting. You're the only ones getting it.
Right.
Next up,
We both like
due
it.
to what you guys
Big
voted for at the beginning for most excitement, I was surprised this wasn't first since it just was released today, and it's going to be the new No Way Home Spider-Man. No Way Home, right?
Yep.
Yes.
Hell
Okay.
yeah. Of course it is.
Get this
Come on.
guy full screen here. So, all right, we got another Spider-Man here. I want to do another poll here regarding the Spider-Man. What do you guys think the poll should be regarding? Are you getting this? Do you think it looks good? Is the head sculpt the best? What should we ask the chat regarding the Spider-Man? Or we can talk about it a little bit and then
Is it top tier Spider-Man? Is it
Throw in the survey. Are you just over Spider-Man? Ooh.
ooh.
Ooh. Are you just
are you
over it
Spidey'd
by
out?
now?
I got a question for Riley about this figure that I gotta remember to ask. I'm
Oh.
just putting it out there so you guys can remind me.
great?
Oh, snap.
You guys get started without me.
Okay. Let's see here. I'm looking at the Spider-Man, and when I was first looking at it, again, this is release, so, but you know, from announcement to release, I'm not getting this one, so I'm not like hyper focused on this. So there's some details that I've forgotten about when this thing was in its proto stages. So I thought, well, at first glance, this was all like a fabric, the arm, the red, basically. So I was like, oh, kind of like, I think the upgraded suit is like a fabric, right? The red. It's more like a nylon fabric.
Yeah.
So I thought it would be like, you know, less bunching or stretching or, you know, whatnot. I thought it'd be easier to pose. You know, you just got this little blue stripe going on, if I can, like here. So it's not as bad. But when you get close like this, it's definitely like a rubber texture, kind of like others. Like, it reminds me of the classic suit almost a little bit. Probably not as thick, but you can see it bunching and whatnot. So I was like, damn, another Spider-Man that you really, unless you're like Riley and you don't care and you just want to have fun with it, which is perfectly fine. But if you're like me and you want to protect your figure and just like have it pristine at all times, all you can do is stand him straight up and down. And to me, I'll always pick likeness to posability, but at the same time, when it's a Spider-Man, it kind of sucks. So I don't know. What do you guys think of the material? What do you think of the shiny blueness? Are you for it? Is it too shiny? Like, Riley, jump in. What are your thoughts on this, since you're our guest?
All right, well, I'm gonna explain how like you need this, so it's gonna take a little longer. So no, I'm just kidding. But I will say it now. This figure, it is fire. I honestly think. Well, I mean, we haven't obviously had it in hand yet, but this may be. I don't know if it's a hot take. I think this might be the best Spider-Man we have now to date. Personally, I think it's the best just rendition of Spider-Man. I know the comic one got some hype too because.
Are you saying like, of Tom Holland or all Spider-Man figures?
I think of all Spider-Man, honestly, like as hot boy Spider-Man figures. I don't know. I don't know. Like to me, there's not really. There's not much. There's not.
It's gonna be a good night.
Right, Riley, I'm with you, man. Yeah. I've been saying it too. I think this is gonna be the best Spider-Man.
No, it looks really good.
Mother of God.
I love it. I love it. But no, like, okay, well, the sculpt. I mean, there's no denying it. That is pretty close to perfect to Tom Holland. It's pretty damn great. People say, yeah, it's a little old. Maybe it looks a little old aged. Maybe it needs to look a little younger. I don't know. But to me, that looks like Tom Holland from the end of the movie to me. But I think the suit looks amazing. It's just screaming, even from people who finished watching No Way Home. As Tom Holland, this is his best suit yet for sure. It looks so much like now Spider-Man. He doesn't have as much of his like Iron Boy Jr. gadgets that everyone hates. This is now just him resetting his life, and he's Spider-Man now. So I think like the sculpt is amazing. The suit looks amazing. I will say, yeah, I'll just give out the point now. If you do pose this, you are going to deal with issues for sure. The type of materials on this, especially that blue, if you leave it in a long pose with that crease stub, it's definitely going to leave a mark. But I will say, the newer Spider-Man figures, I've posed up. I mean, you guys have seen from my collection. I pose up my Spider-Mans, and when you take them out of their pose and kind of leave it now in a standard pose, if you wait a couple days or like a day or so, it heals. It definitely heals. I don't know if they're using different materials now, but it's not like the same as before where it's going to rip or it's like terrible, unless you go like absolutely crazy with it. And the base is also incredible. I just feel like
cool.
This type of figure, I don't have it in hand yet, but it looks to be like there's not much of any flaws. And also, I have to talk about this. I'm also mad at this. As much as I love this figure, I'm a little pissed off at this figure. But for maybe a good reason, is because this figure turned out so perfectly. It always sets me back. So I have to bring it up to Tobey Spider-Man, because that always hurts me. That damn neck seam. I will never let that go.
Why couldn't they?
Yeah, they did a good job here.
Exactly. Look at how perfect it looks.
Really
the neck seam looks
perfect.
Barely notice it. Like, it's not even a chance. But with a Tobey, it's like his head got chopped off and they're sewing it back into place. Like, I'm just gonna be honest.
You don't see a little bump here or anything. Seam.
Exactly. You don't see the bump on the top. Like, stuff like that. That tells me, I don't know if Hot Toys just either got lazy or they rushed it, or they have a bias for Tom Holland, because when Tom Holland figures come out, they do damn well. Like, we don't really have bad Tom Holland figures, I don't think.
It's just weird, really again, good. How they kind of pick and choose what they're really going to focus on,
That's what I'm saying. And then Tobey Spider-Man, like, come on. That's the OG. Like, come on, Hot Toys. So I'm going to give them shit for that. But like I said, This, and then again, the Andrew too, his neck seems great. It's perfectly fine. But to complete the trio, Toby just fell a little bit flat to me. It's still a good figure, but it is what it is. But dude, that sculpt is awesome. I can't wait to get a rolling eye featured as well. That's really nice. I think, yeah, Andrew and Toby don't have that, so that's
how does
little bummer.
Is this hairpiece just like, is there a seam here that just pops off, or how does the rolling eyes work? Do we know?
Oh, I don't even know, honestly.
Is it underneath
something? Or,
yeah, either underneath.
Oh, I bet it's
under.
underneath. Yeah, it's. For some reason I thought the neck piece was a one piece here.
Right,
Makes
right.
sense.
But yeah, dude, this figure looks fire. I'm even honestly, I need to see the price first. I may day one it. That's how hype I am for it. I really want it because this is the final piece to No Way Home, and I have every of the No Way Home lines except for the black and gold and those other ones, but I have pretty much all of the No Way Home line, and I think I've been checking, Graham. I know you're checking right now.
Oh,
it's not
on yet. Okay.
I'm keeping an eye on it though for sure. But
now is there a non-deluxe that just comes with a normal base?
Yeah,
Or-
there's
yeah.
a non one. Which I don't know. I'm still thinking of getting the non or full, but I don't know. It's just a great piece. I'm excited about it. Looks great.
Brick.
Yeah.
I know we talked about it in the chat. Let me get to it. I passed it here.
You can see it on this picture too.
You can see it on this one. So the one concern this one's not as bad though. The one concern I had was the sleeves. I didn't notice that on my
You got to go to when
advanced
he's
suit or
going
upgraded suit. But like the sleeves just pull, and you can really see like the whole ball
It's
joint.
funny you said
the
because
wrist
someone
peg.
just showed me that.
Look at this.
You can see it a lot, like when they do like the articulation. I think it's a little bit later. Yeah, like right when they
That
do
may
the
be
arm.
let me see.
It's like when they bend that. So like when they
That
bend
may
the
be
elbow up.
Look at this.
You see right there. You can.
And
really
I
see
get it
too.
though. It is bunched a little bit, but like, man, I don't remember
Like,
seeing.
go back
that
a
with-
little bit. Go back a little bit. Just saw it pop up. There it is.
There it is.
Yeah.
That would bother me.
Could be the way
I
the
thought-
hand
I
is.
thought, like,
too.
other
I was gonna
ones are,
say,
like,
could that
kinda
be
wrapped
user
up.
error?
The hand is like this though. It's not straight. So
I thought
maybe
you
you
could,
can
like,
also gonna
kinda-
say, but
But you can still
You
see
can't
this
pull the-
whole part of the
That's weird.
arm that's actually exposed.
maybe it's to protect so it doesn't rip on the armpit because we've seen so many Spider-Mans. Like when you stretch them out, it like stretches the armpit. So maybe they loosen that
Look,
up a little bit.
So again, there's a little bunching here, but you can see it's this whole.
But I'm
part
wondering, like, are
is-
you able to like? Because I know with other Spideys that do that, you can pull the fabric forward.
Yeah.
Cover it,
That's
but
what
I
I'm
don't
wondering.
know if
Is this just Sideshow not seeing it, not being detailed enough?
it
You know,
may
or
be
is
a
it
user
going to
issue.
be something
I don't
where
know.
you're posing them and then it's like,
Never mind, guys. This figure sucks. Don't get it.
no, but
I'm
Can't
joking.
you like
Just-
tuck? Can't you
Okay,
like
I'm
tuck it
joking.
into the wrist seam, and then put the hand on?
probably.
Right, like
feel like
usually
I
with
feel
all
like
the
on
other
the-
ones, like
I feel
Toby
like the
and
comic
and
Spidey,
Andrew,
it's like-
whenever
Yeah.
Yeah, you can bring them back.
you just
Just
pull the fabric forward.
right.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I think they might. Maybe it's a sideshow. I don't know. We're gonna find out.
Yeah. This
but
is
interesting.
Um,
Fire, though.
I forgot. DLO, jump in. What's going through your head here?
I just want the head sculpt.
Yeah.
Yeah, truthfully,
Okay.
that's all I want.
What about
'Cause
this
that-
base?
Base is cool, very cool. Like the Christmas theme of it there. Just honestly, just enough for me. I've got how many Tom Hollands I have here? I got the black, gold, and red suit. The other one he wore already. I prefer that suit personally. I already got the No Way Home, no Homecoming / Civil War suit. That I'm not leaving that. That's one of my favorite suit for Tom Holland. So for me, honestly, it's a beautiful figure. The material kind of scares me a little bit. I feel like I can rip that if I pose it too hard. So I'm a little nervous to mess around with this particular one there. But it looks great. It's super accurate to the film. I think they nailed the Tom Holland sculpt there. It's a sweet figure. But for me, like, I think I was reading somebody in the chat was saying here, like, my concern is like if this is the only time he's wearing the suit, and then the next movie he's like already switching out to another one, then I'm gonna kind of wish I got the other one. You know what I mean? If it's better. So for me, it's just like I don't know. Like it's been so long that I'm not really as excited about this one as I was before. But I can definitely appreciate it being a really nice figure, and I can definitely see this going into a Spider-Man's collection and someone being absolutely level fit because it is fantastic. Probably the best one they've done yet, for sure. I can agree with that.
Is there a reason you guys think they can't do kind of what they did on like the Miles, where it's like a nylon suit with just different colors? I mean, would it just not look as authentic, do you think? Or what?
Yeah, I don't think it's going to be as accurate in the suit.
Yeah, it has to, because like even also another great, I think someone else said it. I have the figure as well. The Scarlet Spider-Man. That's the perfect, like posing wise. That suit is perfect for it. You don't have to deal with really any damages with it. But I think, like people are saying, if you don't use that material, it's not going to look accurate to the movie. So kind of unfortunate.
What do you guys think of the metallic blue? Are you for that?
I love it, and it's completely accurate to the film too. I mean, that's how
I do like
shiny
it better
was
than
in
the upgraded, like the black. I think some sort of like a lighter blue. And the red, looks more traditional.
Yeah, it's different. It's different. And I think it's going to, I mean, there's no denying this is going to pop on your shelf if you have this, for sure. Like, even if you have, like, all these Spideys, this is going to be one that people are going to, it's eye candy for sure.
Is this waitlisted on Sideshow?
Yeah.
Both?
I don't even know.
Yeah, it is both.
Damn.
Interesting.
That means I got a day one it.
or day two now. I don't know. It just seems like it's kind of surprising because being a Spider-Man, there's so many Spider-Man figures. It's a little surprising that it's waitlisted, but
yeah,
I guess it's. I don't know. I don't know if it's a good thing or not. Yeah, this is what worries me. I don't like this.
Yeah, it's a lot of creasing.
But for me,
I
just museum pose it. So that's what I would do.
Right.
So that I don't have that. So I mean, you always have that option.
I mean, the best museum poses. I mean, I guess you can have them there with the mask, but I think it's hard because I kind of want to have him with the mask, but like, how could you not display that sculpt? Like, you gotta have.
See, I would have him like this, holding the mask with the Tom Holland. Yeah, just like this.
So kind of.
That's like the museum pose to do. For
me. A lot like that.
Pretty much
is how I would do it.
Yeah.
So, question for the Spider-Man guys: what do you guys think of the body itself, like proportions wise? Because
I think
feel
the
like
body. Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, I was just gonna say I feel like the body feels a little bit more slimmed down than I'm used to for a Tom Holland one.
Sure.
I'm used to him like being a little bit broad in the shoulders. This one kind of looks to me like a little bit more Garfield than Tom Holland. Just look that one right there. Like I'm really getting like an Andrew Garfield vibe from it. Is that just
the way the neck is too?
I said the same thing. I said the same thing when it released because I just have a group chat with my buddies, and I was like, this doesn't, like, the proportions do not look like the other Tom Hollands we've seen, which is weird. Like, I don't know why they changed it. I think it looks, I don't see a problem with it, but it's weird how they're using a different one. Yeah.
I like his shoulders though, because it looks like there's actually like some traps there.
Right.
He's got some.
Maybe throughout the movies he's getting buffer, so he's getting older.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Before we get to sneakers thoughts here really quick, we got a $4.99 super chat from Derek. Thank you so much, my friend. Appreciate your generosity. It says I normally opt for the deluxe versions if offered, but I feel it is a miss that you do not get both bases. What are your guys' thoughts? So if you're asking about deluxe, I know a couple of the guys on the panel will say, always get deluxe for the resale value and whatnot. But like for me, if there's just nothing that I want with the deluxe, I don't mind getting non-deluxe. I did it with Ahsoka. I didn't want the wooded base. I did it with Bespin Luke. I was okay not getting, again, the Dagobah base. But if I find the value there, I'll definitely get the deluxe. Did it with like Obi-Wan Darth Vader, and a bunch of other figures as well. So I would say most of the time though I do tend to get the deluxe, but I'm not just gonna automatically get the deluxe. How about you guys?
When it comes to this here, I think specifically what he's saying, like them omitting certain things from standard to deluxes. I think that's really where his concern is.
Right.
I couldn't agree with you more.
Then.
Yeah, I couldn't agree with you more. I think if you're paying for the deluxe, you should get everything that comes with the standard. I think that should be across the board with 100%. Every deluxe that you offer there. Just you
shouldn't miss anything with a deluxe.
You can't omit anything from the standard because theoretically, I'm purchasing the standard and also buying the additional accessories that come with it. So therefore, you shouldn't pick and choose what you give me. I think if I'm paying for the deluxe, I should get everything that comes with it. Period. But
and
I agree.
That kind of sucks because being that this is the only base you get, what if you have a DTOF, or what if you have
True.
small
Right.
space?
Yeah,
You know,
exactly.
That's why I was so happy with the Batman, because you got both bases for that deluxe.
right?
It was cool to get that for once.
I'm literally dealing with that right now because, like I said, I wanted to do day one, but going deluxe, you get this. You're stuck with the big base, and I want to have this in the No Way Home shelf I have, but the No Way Home line is just filled with diorama bases that are huge. So it's like so hard to get all the space for these bases that I'm kind of tempted maybe going standard here, but I don't know. I don't know if I want to miss that base. It's pretty cool. The whole
That's true.
snow
I mean,
environment is pretty fire. And you can also use it with different Spider-Man figures. That base doesn't have like a nameplate, so you can just have any of your Spideys just swinging in the snow. It'd be
Sure,
pretty
you
cool.
can put a Batman on there or something too.
Mace Windu.
You could.
Mace
Mace
Windu.
Windu. It's on a snow.
I'd give him a
somewhere
different
on-
look.
Yeah, it's on Hoth, I guess. I don't know.
Sneaker, are you getting this?
I'm not getting this, but like I've been getting kind of like I'm trying not to get sucked into Spider-Man figures, man, because it's really hard.
I mean, we talk about rabbit
I've-
holes.
Yeah, and like I've been real like the only figure. Let me say this. So the only figure I have from No Way Home is actually like the upgraded Goblin. But I got one more figure from No Way Home, but I'm not gonna say what it is yet. It's coming in. I got one more figure that I'm gonna get from it. So I've kind of got like, what'd you say?
Doc Ock.
Doc Ock.
I think it's
I'm not
Toby.
gonna say right now. I'll reveal it later. But
Definitely not like
so I'm like trying. I'm really tempted by Spider-Man figures right now. I'm really trying not to. Would you say? Shut up, DLO. But this looks really good. I mean, it just looks really good. I mean, the head sculpt is the best Tom Holland head sculpt they've done. I think my main concern, like this is what I kind of wanted to ask, like you, Riley, like you're really big on No Way Home. This was like one really quick scene, like really quick, a couple minutes, if that. And then like, we're going to go into another movie and like, is he going to have this suit? Are they going to tweak it?
Doesn't matter.
Like, what draws you? I guess like my question would be like, what draws you to really picking this up? Is it because you're like, I'm maining No Way Home, no matter what, I'm getting all the figures for it? Or like, does that concern you at all that like, we are barely seeing this suit the next movie? Like he could have something entirely different. Like that's where I feel like there's a, like, and I saw people mention it in the chat as well. Like, what if they just drop a brand new changed suit and this is all you got from the movie is him swinging
it's
in
what
this and that's all you get?
I'll let you speak, Riley.
No, well, I was just gonna say, that's a great question because I know everyone's saying that. Like, I do understand that where people are like, you know, like this does look so good, but like it's gonna change in the next movie. But like, I don't know. To me, it's like, for me personally, I wouldn't be willing to wait that long anyways because I just the love for No Way Home for me personally, I just need to have this. But even then, like waiting for something just because something else is gonna be like in the future, like that's just not the way I kind of look at it. I try and think in the now, just like I'm seeing this suit right here. Yes, they're gonna probably add like a little belt or some little thing on his arm or some tiny little thing, and then Hotch's gonna be like, oh, there we go, there's our new figure. But at the end of the day, I can't think like that. I'm just like, you know what, this is what we have right now, and like I said, the No Way Home line, I have pretty much all of it. And this is like the final piece to it. I just have to get it. But I do understand people like being like, yeah, he's gonna change in the future, but it's just not the way I can look at it personally. Just how much I love the film. Maybe if I was like, I don't like it that much, like I don't care for the film as much, I can wait for the next one. But if you could just say by the time the new movie comes out, you'll be like, okay, well then Spider-Man 2 and his second one, he's gonna get another change and then another change. It's like you just keep saying,
Yeah,
that.
where
So
do you,
I'm just gonna
like where do you draw the line of like if you just look into the future, right? Like
exactly.
yeah, this is, and I think what you're saying, you make a great point. Like this is kind of like the culmination of the line is kind of how I look at this too.
Right.
Like you have the whole movie, you have the whole
Exactly.
line, and then this is like that end piece, the ending scene to the
Right.
movie. Like I can see the
Yeah.
appeal of that too, of like this is your final
Exactly.
piece of the movie, and like you love the movie,
And
you
that was
love all the
And like you
figures.
said, you're right. That scene was like a minute long, but that pretty much was like the whole like news. It's gonna start the new saga to Tom
Yeah.
Holland and also the whole Avengers film. You know he's gonna be like that guy in it. So yeah, I just think it holds a lot for even being a minute long scene, and the
Yeah.
suit's just badass.
Yeah,
personally.
exactly.
It's cool. I
You're gonna get
actually
this.
like.
You're gonna get.
I kind of want this. Because like I don't have a Tom Holland Spider-Man.
There you go.
So I don't know. It's really tough. I'm trying to really like whatever one.
If I get this day one, I'm gonna get it in hand. I'm gonna show you photos, and I'm gonna steer you. You're gonna get it. I'm gonna do it. Come on.
Well,
As much
that's a
as
good
you tell me
question,
with Star
though, like-
Wars, Come on.
For somebody
Oh,
that doesn't
man.
have a Tom Holland Spider-Man, is this the one to get? I mean, there's a good
Yeah, like, would you say this is like the definitive one now, like that you should get if you only need
Dude.
one?
Dude, that's a tough question because I'd say it's between this. If you like want a
this is more
Spider-Man,
classic.
Yeah,
Which is cool,
exactly.
too.
Like this is Spider-Man more, but I'd say like integrated suit is you cannot slouch on that one. That one is great. I know the gold accents people are like, like I don't. It's not Spider-Man, it's the gold, and I still think it's a great looking suit. And again, he wore that suit like in the most climactic moments in the film. Like for me, I'm like I needed to have that, and as much as it's not the blue and red that we're used to, it still like plays such. I mean, with Andrew and Toby, all the scenes he had the integrated suit, so I just needed it for that sense. But if you had to choose, I would
Don't forget
say
about
probably,
Iron Spider. Come on now.
Yeah, Iron Spider, you can't forget it's the best one. But I'd say probably this one if you have to choose. But integrated is no slouch. That's a great, and that just figure in general comes with so much stuff. It's a really great set. It's a good figure.
Dilo, what do you think? I know you got some of the Homecoming stuff, right?
Yeah, no, I'm a big fan of the Homecoming suit. That's like my favorite Tom Holland suit personally. But yeah, I mean, any of these can be your definitive. This depends on which one you kind of relate to the most. I really love this suit. If honestly, if it wasn't shiny, this would be perfect for me. But I know people that really like the shiny, so to each their own, right? So I don't know. I think for me, it's just a matter of it will eventually replace itself. I mean, when we're talking about major characters like a Spider-Man, an Iron Man, a Batman, your love for the figure tends to fade, not because you don't like it, but just because the new shiny one comes out, and that's even better than the last one. So for me, like if you're a diehard, like go with the one that just, resonates with you the most. For me, it's Homecoming. I'll never get rid of that one. But easily I can see someone make the point and say, well, this is when Spider-Man becomes Spider-Man. He's not Iron Boy anymore, or whatever you want to call him, right? So
Iron Spider.
you can make it whatever they want to call it, that guy. But yeah, either way, I think
It's the one I own, by the way.
That's
That's why I'm standing up for it.
thanks for just throwing me off my thought there. But yeah, I mean, you can make an argument for this one being the definitive one. There's no wrong answer to this question. It's just whatever the one you like the most. Me, I'm a Homecoming guy person. I like that one.
This is
How about you, Brick? What's your definitive Tom Holland Spider-Man?
I want to talk a little bit about the suit too, but I would say the one I think you have to get for Tom Holland right now is probably from Homecoming. I think that's classic Tom Holland right there. But integrated would probably be second, even though I think this one is going to be the best. I think if you're asking me that specific question, integrated or Homecoming. But this suit is this, like Riley said, it's going to be a probably the best Spider-Man figure. This would probably be up there with Miles from Into the Spider-Verse for me, because I love that figure. But to have the best Tom Holland head sculpt, probably the best Spider-Man head sculpt in general, and to have this suit, and like you guys have been saying, not a lot of people like that metallic, but it literally is. I just got done watching the movie again. That suit is shiny as hell. And this suit is going, the figure is going to be shiny. And I know it literally is like 35 seconds probably where he's like flying over the city or swinging over the city. But the point of that scene though, you guys briefly touched on that. My whole problem with Tom Holland was he was not Peter Parker for me. For the longest time, it took forever for me to love Tom Holland because he always had Iron Man do everything for him. Tom Holland didn't have the smarts to make his suit. He didn't, make his gadgets and whatnot. It was always Iron Man, and it bothered the shit out of me because it was never like that before. I understood that later on because I was like, his Uncle Ben kind of thing, like his father figure, and it made sense by the end of by Endgame or something like that. But this suit kind of just puts him down to that friendly neighborhood Spider-Man again. So he saw what Toby did. He saw what Andrew Garfield did. And now he's taking it on himself. The lower level street fighting, which is what we heard Spider-Man 4 is going to be. And it's not like all this advancement stuff to where he's got like crazy, Stark glasses and whatnot. What are those called? The Stark glasses? The glasses? Yeah. So he's just gonna be Peter Parker now, and I cannot wait for that. And that scene spoke so much to me because of what he went, like the beginning to start all the way to, it was almost like backwards, like advance down to, but in a good way. And now we're finally going to be able to see Spider-Man in his true form, and I cannot wait. So this is a must-have figure for me because it represents that. It represents what's coming next. And even if he has a different suit in Spider-Man 4, I'm okay with that because I don't think it's going to be too much different from this.
Well said. Well said. Queso Blanco says, question for the panel. If you had to save your city, which suit you grabbing? I'm going with the Night Monkey.
Nobody? Iron Spider. Easy.
We just talking Tom Holland here?
Yeah, we just going Tom Holland or any Spider-Man suit.
not the other
For the
suits have
sake of
magical
Tom
power.
Holland, let's just stick with Tom Holland.
Ooh.
Just on? Yeah, Iron Suit. Iron Spider suit.
Integrated Spidey.
It's
Got
kind
it
of
all.
like
Go
going,
integrated. I'd probably go integrated.
Probably Iron.
I'm going Iron as well.
yeah.
You guys just want
Night
that
Monkey.
Iron Man goodness. All that help.
If I'm going any Spidey, I'm going Andrew Garfield from the first movie because that's just the most badass
Dude.
suit.
Oh, I do
Damn,
the symbiote
okay.
suit from part 3, baby.
I'm
What's
going,
that?
I respect that.
Give me
yeah.
the symbiote suit from part 3.
There you go.
Yeah.
There you go. That's a
I'm
good
going
one.
That's what I
symbiote suit
did.
or black suit. Like one of the
Oh,
tug
hell
of-
yeah.
Like from Spider-Man 2, the game. I'm
Oh,
just
dude,
like
yeah.
that
I
game.
cannot
I'm
wait.
so hyped about the black
I
suit.
cannot wait for that figure too. Oh,
Yeah, dude.
it's gonna be so nice.
6
You
months
got that one
into it.
pre-ordered, right, Sneaker? That black
I do.
suit.
Yeah.
Nice.
Any final thoughts on this figure? Anything else you guys want to?
Buy it.
Oh, I really like the
Buy
base,
it.
but the one, I really like the base. I'm not gonna make the.
Base is dope for sure.
It is.
That-
I agree. It should, both bases, like the normal base, should have been included as well.
Yeah,
100%.
That head sculpt, though, is a 10. That's my last thing I want to say there. That's a beautiful
Hell yeah.
Tom Holland sculpt
It's
there.
so good. It makes
you
it
know what
really.
I
That's
want to
another.
do?
I'm
Go ahead,
jealous.
Sneaker, sorry.
I was just gonna say it's really tough. Like Spider-Man figures are really tough because like you want him to look like Spider-Man with his mask on, but you get something like this. Like that's just
Yeah.
that's when it's really
Right.
tough for Spider. Because I really like the look without the head sculpt. You know, like I love my Vansuit 2.0. I don't need a head sculpt for that. But this one, like you can't leave this in the box. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know?
I
So
might
you have to
get in
have it.
touch with Action in the Box and have him help me with a huge like almost like a scene with
Like a
the big
diorama?
Christmas tree in the back and lights, city, buildings, whatnot. Like I wanna go all out with this figure and have
That would
like
be sick.
that Christmas feel, especially during the winter time and all that. It'd be really cool to light that up.
Very
Christmas
cool.
decoration.
Yep.
All
And that's
right.
one more thing.
Yeah, go ahead.
I want like a full on Spider-Man Christmas like holiday in the winter. It would just that'd be cool. Movie.
Oh, that would be fire. Hell yeah.
Zord Photography says homemade. Interesting.
Nice.
He's a big fan of that one.
Great
It wants to
figure.
be flexible. All right. So, who's getting this?
Come on, Sneaker.
Another two
Come on,
out of
buddy.
5.
I'm getting the head sculpt.
We'll see.
Monkey
We'll see.
Depot.
I'm
I'm
Loose
kind of a
fitting.
we'll see too. I
I
mean,
need a
I
Tom
like
Holland.
this because I've always been looking for like my iconic Spider-Man figure. Like I have the Iron Spider, and then now I just recently got Miles. I'm not the type of collector that wants a lot of Spider-Man figures, but I've always been looking for, again, that iconic one. Like I thought about classic suit, but never
That
got
one's
it.
good.
And seen it in sneakers collection. It's just how it
What one
classic.
from the game?
Yeah, how it's just not posable at all. Then
Dude, that one.
the
is
Friendly
tough to
Neighborhood
pose.
Spider-Man, that one
Yeah.
was pretty cool.
Yeah,
but
I'm surprised you didn't get the Toby.
Yeah,
Graham.
Toby. Is it because I
That-
stirred you
that-
away with
that's-
all my videos?
Nah,
talking shit?
I've never
That's
been a big
super
fan
iconic.
of the Toby Spider-Man.
Toby's a
Like
goat,
I'll
dude.
watch them, but I'm not like.
Well, Oh my god,
Wow.
Graham. You're
Wow.
hurting my heart.
Actually, I like
need to-
Garfield
where do I-
better, but
How do I
Oh,
get
well,
out of here?
Damn.
I appreciate that, but you still gotta love that trilogy though.
I need to get
I
out
don't
of
have
this.
to love it.
room.
But it's okay. I don't mind.
See,
it.
the other issue is like you get Toby, but then like if you get See, like then there's this suit, but I would rather get like the Tom Holland when you see all three of them together, and then you want to get Andrew. So like that's that's the slope I'm trying not to slide down.
Yeah.
Is getting. I don't.
It's gonna be like Pokemon. You gotta get them all.
If I get two of the
Sponsored
three,
by today's drink, which is rabbit hole.
You know what I mean? Like if you get two of the three, then like you might as well just get the third one. And this one's not it if you want all three. So then
you get
like,
the third one, then you might as well just get the entire line. You know.
Right. Exactly. So I'm trying I'm trying not to go that route right now.
Yeah.
The thing I really wish I got from this line was the lizard base, which I passed on.
Oh hell yeah, dude!
Yeah, I wish I had that. But
it's a sick asset.
So yeah, I don't have Doctor Strange, the lizard, and the base, and I don't have the upgraded Goblin suit. I just have the normal Green Goblin suit.
Ooh, upgrade Goblin's good.
So those three to finish, but we'll see.
We have Nick's Collectibles in the house. He says, "Sup, y'all." If you guys haven't, go check out his channel. He did that Royal Rumble. How long ago was that? That was a few months ago. Was it?
Yeah, I think it's like 2 months, two months ago, 3 months maybe. I don't know.
Yeah. Well, anyways, that was a lot of fun to watch, and it was narrated really well by him. And there's another event coming up, and it's Backlash OSW live on his show. So guys, if you haven't, go check his channel out. It's on Sunday, May 26th at 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific. It's going to be really fun. It's like the simulated wrestling. You can see I'm right here. I'm here to get revenge. So
dude,
I'm giving the Wolfpack sign because Wolfpack all the way. It's a lot of fun. So go check that out on his channel. That's going to be, again, this Sunday, May 26th at 8 p.m. Eastern. I know I'll be checking it out and seeing if I come out on top. So looking forward to that.
You realize you're like a tag team match with me, right? Like literally, I'm right next to you.
Let's go. Right? Just waiting.
Oh yeah, you're doing like a Spiderman thing, man. But
yeah, I don't know why you got the too sweet wrong. But that's okay.
This Dean? Is this Dean the Dream?
That looks like it. Yeah.
And then Austin.
Zach and Austin.
Freaking looks just like Austin. That's funny.
Dude, I can't wait for this. Make sure you guys check it out. Actually,
yeah.
Nick puts in so much time into this, so you guys should check it out. It's fire.
Yeah,
it's a fun show.
I mean, and like you said, he puts a lot of time in it, but then like the likenesses too, like
so
Brick
funny.
For the Royal Rumble. Brick looked just like himself.
Dude,
too,
looked exactly like him.
Had on my hoodie,
yes,
Brick Artemis hoodie. That was great.
That was awesome.
So yeah, go check that out. It's a lot of fun. Looking forward to it. Thank you for being here, Nick.
Didn't even know who's tagging with me. Unreal. Didn't even know. Like I'm standing right next to you in the same picture. Yeah.
Check out his last comment real quick.
That's too funny.
You guys are taking
time out.
Damn, it is.
Yeah.
We're running the show again.
I'm back. I'm back.
Winning championship by myself.
Won't let DLO put me down. Won't let it happen. But DLO, it's now our time to shine.
Is it? We're talking Batman?
We're talking Batman.
Let's talk Batman, baby.
This is in our wheelhouse. This is. I don't know how I feel about this actually. I didn't know how I felt about the Armory being announced because, like we talked about kind of earlier, when it comes to Mace Windu and 2.0s and all that stuff, like DX19 came out April of 2022. The Armory was announced July of 2023, so just a year after that figure. I'm trying to remember if April of 2022 is when it was announced or when it was released. Because it felt like it wasn't out very long, and then this was announced. So maybe somebody can check that. Like, April 2022, was the DX19 announced or released? Because that would go a long way in telling us how much time passed as well. So somebody check that out for me. But Hot Toys did something that they were doing a little bit here and there, and recently really haven't done much of. But they gave us an update on the Armory. So here we have the DX19, but then here we have the updates. DLO, I like the proportions. I think the proportions are a lot better, but I don't know if I think that cowl is better or not. It almost looks like Stretchy Face from Beetlejuice. I've seen some memes compared to that, but like, do you think the cowl looks better or worse or just different?
Yeah, I had to agree with you there, Graham. I'm kind of thrown off by the cowl itself. It definitely I don't know. It's arguably a better cowl than the one we have, the DX19, but it's still very inaccurate. And I think, I don't know, what's throwing me off is the lines on the cheekbones. The line that they have there is just like, that wasn't on the cowl. That's never been present on the cowl before. And that seems to be like an added effect just to kind of bring out some muscular. And it doesn't make sense why they did it there. I've heard people say that it's actually has a lot in common with the J&D statue. And I was like, I looked that up and I was like, yeah, it does look a lot like the statue. So very bizarre. I don't know if they're taking tips from J&D now. I don't do that, guys, ever again, if that's what you did with this one here. Yeah, still looking at you, Joker.
Nick says he thinks it was announced in 2020, by the way, so probably a release of...
It didn't feel like I had it in hand for very long at all. It didn't feel like... It felt like, you know, it still smelled like a new figure by the time I saw it on Facebook pop up with the Armory, so I don't know. But to this here, like, I think on the positive side, I think the body looks very good. I agree. Very impressive. There's a lot more detail. There's a lot more spacing. Proportion-wise, it doesn't look like he's wearing like a wet suit and it's just kind of all like dry and it's all wet on his body. It's just saggy. It looks like he's got some muscle to it there, which is far more accurate to Dark Knight Rises for sure. The DX19 gives me more of a Dark Knight, part 2 look to it there, because they did make improvements, even though it was the same exact suit from Dark Knight to Dark Knight Rises. So I think they've done a heck of a job with improving that there, but I think that head sculpt and the Christian Bale that you just showed a second ago, I don't know. I don't know.
Well, let's get to that.
Bad lighting
let's get to that in a minute. Yeah. I agree with you on the proportions. Out of the box, I really had a hard time. I still do. This is the hardest Batman figure to pose for me to get to look natural and good. He kind of looks like a frumpy Batman. Riley, do you have the DX19?
I used to have the DX19. I don't have it anymore.
Why'd you sell it?
I actually didn't sell it.
Or why'd you remove it from your collection?
I think it was... I actually totally forgot about that. But when I hit 1,000 subs, I gave it away. I just gave it away on a giveaway. But I don't even think this was announced by then, so it kind of worked out for me. I at the end of the day, I didn't really need it as much anymore. And I think InArt I think that's what it was. InArt was stepping into the mix, like it just making figures, and I was like, they'll probably make one down the line. So I was like, I'm hitting 1K subs. Let's just give it away, because I was thinking of selling it anyway. So I just gave it away. But now it kind of worked out because we have this new one, so it kind of worked out for me.
Yeah, I don't. The DX19 is okay, but he's always, I don't know. He always looks awkward to me. Like I can't get him in a strong pose. Like even the Begins one looks better in the shadows with like just the beefiness, you know. The Batman, the Pattinson one looks great. You know, Keaton's just great standing there. I don't know. I just can't get him to look great. And I think it's this body on the right, but I do like what they've done with the proportions. Obviously, the gloves go inside the gauntlets now, which I do think helps. But the chest and the shoulders look a lot better. This is like a big problem of mine. The neck was too long in the DX19. I just still don't like this cowl. Sneaker, what do you think just by looking at the comparison? Do you like the new update better than the DX19 overall?
Yeah, I mean, I agree with with like pretty much everything you guys said about it. But like I'm getting this, like I don't have a Bale Batman. Like I've never had the DX19, so this is gonna be like the one that I'm gonna get, sure. And until, you know, InArt's supposedly gonna show theirs in the summer, so we should hopefully be seeing InArt's here shortly. That'll be interesting. But when that's gonna end up coming out, you know, we don't know when that's gonna happen with all the stuff they have in the pipeline. Even if they show it in the summer, like that might not be a pre-order till like next year. So
right.
We're going to be waiting a while for them to do a Dark Knight Batman, which I'll be interested in probably picking that one up too. But yeah, as far as this go, I mean, yeah, you guys, I really don't have much to add outside what you guys said. One thing, I guess, is like, what do you guys think of this cape? Like they made a pretty like better. They made like a pretty drastic really change to that. Like it's not like the other one's really long. This one's like, you know, not as long. And it's definitely like I don't know if it's the material or like if it's just the way that they dyed it, the color. It
finally lays better. You know, like
the saturation of like the different colors, like DLO was saying with the spacing and stuff like that, like the different, like the color changes that they made, like to make the different armor pieces stand out and where you can like see the different kind of aspects of the suit proportions is really nice. But like for me, I was at a time when I started like branching out from Star Wars and getting more into Marvel and DC, like this was announced. So for me, like I was like, I'm not getting DX19 regardless. I was kind of waiting for this. Only thing that sucks, and I've said this multiple times in the past, is that like they're gatekeeping this figure behind the armory. That's the one. That's the one downside.
Yeah.
Is like the entry point to now get this. You have to buy the armory. With that being said, though, you have a like good value with you get this figure, and then if you look at it, it's like an extra. I think it's if you compare it to the DX19, and you're spending 275 more to get the armory and like a power pose Christian Bale figure. So I feel like overall value wise, it's good, but it still sucks that you can't just like buy this Batman solo, and that's the only way I have to get it is to spend more money. But yeah, those are my thoughts on it. Besides, I think you said we're going to get to the head sculpt, but yeah, I agree with what you guys are
we'll get
saying.
to the head sculpt. Yeah, I mean, great points there, and like you said, it sucks that this is the only way to get this Batman. I think when we get closer up, though, I don't love this, but I do prefer it over this Batman. I just think again, like the chest looks too squished in, the shoulders look too hunched up, like the cowl looks a little bubbly. Like this at least looks better, but like Sneaker said, the only way we can get this is through the armory, which sucks. But then Brick, it's also kind of like a double-edged sword, because if you get this Batman, you can't really necessarily have the suit hanging in the armory because you have the figure. Like, I mean, you can, but like it just sucks if you really want to like utilize the suit and the figure. Your armory is going to be empty too, so it's kind of like a double-edged sword a little bit. How does that make you feel, or do you not really care? Does it not bother you?
I guess if I wanted the armory, it would bother me, but I guess your question is, does it bother me because the only way you can get this figure is if you buy the armory itself, but to pose this figure, it's not even going to be in the armory. So yeah, that would bother me. But at the same time, if he's in a suit getting ready to leave for some fight, he's going to be in a suit. So
Go fight.
If he's going to go fight. But yeah, I don't want the armory. It looks amazing, but it takes way too much space. And I just want the figure. So the part that really bothers me is what Sneaker was saying. You can't get this figure without getting the armory, and it bothers me a lot. But I really like the mask on with this figure. Everything you guys said, but also the darker eyes. You know what I mean? He doesn't have those
just wide open either.
Right, and it looks like somebody just put a little dot with a pen on the eyes on the right. Like it looks really, really small eyes or pupils. But yeah, this figure looks a lot better.
It does.
If I'm looking at this side by side. Now,
I'm getting used to it a little bit.
What you said we would get to, that's a different story. But
let's get to it. Whoo! It's Christian Pale.
That's that's Nosferatu, man. Woo! That's
Vampire
Dracula.
Batman.
Yep.
So, do you guys think this is lighting? I mean, I wish I could have the side by side of the old one.
I pray it's lighting.
I hope so. I really do.
But it's sad if this was lighting. Like everybody gets on Inart's ass if they mess up with certain pictures. Like Hot Toys, if this is lighting, don't put this shit out.
They should have done a different color background. That's not doing it any favors
Yeah.
either. It's just everything is pale in this photo.
Exactly. You're drowning that color from that picture. Like the thing was, I said on Brick Show on Monday that like I felt like the first proto was too tanned, and I quietly wanted them to lighten the tone. But I feel like if this is not lighting and this is what they did, I think they went too far. You know what I mean? It's kind of like when you go down like the Home Depot line, you're looking at colors and stuff like that. You got the little table to see which color's gonna. I think they picked the wrong one. You know what I mean? So it's because I think there's a good sculpt there. Like I really do like the sculpt. I think it's got a really strong, like probably one of the best likenesses we've had to Christian Bale. Full disclosure, I've had 4 Dark Knight figures so far, so I've gotten every Christian Bale I can think of.
They updated the pics on here.
If it was a little bit more tan, not much more tan, but just a little bit more tan, I think that sculpt is pretty good. Personally, I do. But if
the
it's
hair
that,
looks different though. I thought the hair
is different. It should be a little bit longer. Like that part is a little bizarre that they would change that because it was accurate the first time. So why make it inaccurate? I don't know. Maybe we're gonna get no, I'm just kidding. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know why they did that there because it looked good before. I think it just needed to be toned down on the skin color. But yeah, I don't know. Maybe just bad lighting. I'm hoping. If it's not, that's gonna suck. But either way, I've been trying to talk myself into this figure for months now, and I just can't justify giving Hot Toys my money for a 5th time on the same figure. If I'm being honest. That's 5 times. Like, I mean, I've been a pretty good customer. I've had the 12, the Armory, the 19, and the quarter scale. Like, do I really want to go 5 rounds with Hot Toys on? I kind of feel like
I'm in the same boat.
I feel like I kind of want to wait for the competition, see what they do, because at this stage, it's like, man, I need to get some money from. I need to get some value for my money here because I'm selling these things left and right, and I'm losing every time I sell these things. So, yeah.
Now, when this releases, you guys are gonna get this. You'll get this when this releases. Watch.
I don't want to. I really don't. Well, especially with sneaker set because it sucks because you got to go through the whole Armory thing too. Like, I don't get me wrong, I do like the Armory. I think it's a sick combo to have for a Batman. But at the end of the day, like, I'm gonna be stuck with an Armory and a Batman that potentially I may not like, and that's too big of a risk at that point, especially for a 5th time for me personally. So, yeah, I think I might pick it up later if I like it, but I really genuinely want to see what the competition is going to do first before I make my mind up on this.
Yeah, I had the not the DX2, but I think the one before that actually. That's just the Dark Knight Batman. And then I got the DX12, but then I got the Armory head for it. Then I got the DX19, and I've also had the quarter scale as well. So it's like, yeah, it's like, and until it's perfect, how many more figures do I want to get? Like, I just want to get my ultimate freaking Bale figure, and I feel like Hot Toys won't give it to me. Like, I'm waiting for the Jackson head sculpt from Batman Begins. Like, it's crazy.
This is pretty good, though. I mean, honestly, I haven't said much about this, but maybe because I'm just not like a super diehard. I mean, well, I love the Dark Knight, but I don't know much about the accuracies to the suit and like when it comes to Spider-Man, I can more so help there. But with this, I'm not as knowledgeable. I think that personally, to me, I feel like this is one where I may not even want to wait for the inner. I think this is amazing in my opinion. I think, and maybe it's a little spicy take, but when I see the suit, like, okay, maybe the sculpt, I understand that. The sculpt, I do think he looks a little too old or something, but the suit, like there on the left, to me, that looks just like to what I saw in the movie. But maybe I'm just crazy and I have to rewatch it. But to me, I think the suit itself looks really good. I think Hot Toys, they did like crazy upgrades. And it's funny because DLO was literally saying this before. Like, I thought the DX19 was so good. And when I had it, I was like, dude, this looks just like him. Like, there's no way this can get better. Like, this looks so good. And then we get this update and I'm like, holy shit. Like, now it does not look even close to good as comparison. So to me, I think this is really freaking good. But like I said, yeah, maybe InArt will probably make it more accurate looking. They'll do other stuff with the sculpt. But I don't know. I feel like it's kind of like the Hot Toys, even the Batman. Like the Hot Toys, the Batman, the Pattinson, it's really close to the InArt to me, even having the InArt in hand. You can not go wrong with either one, to be honest. So, and I feel like this is going to be the same thing here. Like, there's not going to be one where it's like, this is way worse than the other. Like, they're both really great for what they are. That's how I see it.
I'd be curious to see how InArt would do like all of these panels on the suit. Like if there would be a better way, to do the paneling and whatnot, because that's got to be tough to do too. But the other thing too is in the ab area. Like this just pretty much goes straight down, and then here you got a little bit more slimness in the abdomen area. Just these minor proportion details just really help.
I hated the DX19 cave. I couldn't stand that.
With the clips and everything too is just junk.
Yes, dude, it was terrible. But this new one looks better for sure.
I think one more thing I just want to say about the Armory. I think the nice thing is, like, InArt's going to come out with this figure, and like, I'll probably honestly pick up the InArt one just because I've just been really liking the figures they've been putting out. But I think the nice thing is like Armory, like being able to then InArt comes out with theirs, you can just pop the Hot Toys one right in this Armory and then have another one on display. Kind of thinking long game as well. Because like this, I'm not gonna lie, like this look on the left with it in the Armory is like, that's badass to just have like in your display too without him even in the suit. I think that looks really good.
Let's take out price and let's just say you all on the panel have this. Let's take out InArt doing it. You have the Bruce Wayne power pose, you have the bat suit, and you have the Armory. how would you guys pose this in your collection? Brooke, I want to start with you. Like, would you have the suit in the armory? Would you have Batman in the suit and just Bruce Wayne next to him too? Or, you know, how would you do this, do you think?
Yeah, I mean, if I got the armory, I think I'd want the bat suit in the armory. I think I would do it that way.
Just have Bale standing outside of
Yep.
it, kind of.
Yeah, probably.
How about you, D-Lo?
Can't do much with this. Maybe I'll move his arms up a little bit, put him into like in a fighting stance.
I mean, if you don't have any other Batman like figures from the trilogy, it's almost like a statue piece. You know, you have the power pose Bale, and then
the suit is super hard to pose. I mean, it's basically one giant piece with panels glued onto it there. So once you try to move any of the ligaments on that thing is barely giving you any give, especially on the legs. So
yeah.
I mean, for this one, it's as limited as it gets for a Batman figure. Probably the most limited Batman figure, in my opinion, as far as for posing. So, you know, a couple moves with arms, maybe put them up like this or something like that, and maybe I'm tired of it, I'll just put him back in the museum. There's not much you're doing with this one. You're not doing much with this guy.
And this only comes with the one faceplate, it looks like.
Oh yeah, it looks like that.
Yes.
No way.
Yeah.
That's kind of weird. I didn't even catch that.
I never caught that there. What? I heard somebody say you can't reuse the faceplates from the 19 as well too. So
Right. Yeah, they wouldn't fit.
We need to have that one goofy ass one that they always include in
the
every
Begins one.
Where's the trigger? Yeah.
Riley, how would you display this?
Dude,
Christian Bale's right here.
all right, that's pretty good, right? Honestly, dude, maybe it's another hot take. I really don't care about this armory. I really don't. I would just have him like the figure with the cowl on and the mouth plate, and just put. I mean, I guess pack it away. I don't know, but I feel like the acrylic armory. I'm just not crazy about it. Like I really wish. It's so weird how they made it where you have to get all of it. Like that's kind of is annoying. What you guys were alluding to. Like I wish that they just had it where you can just have the figure by itself. But hey, I guess I'm trying to get more sales. But yeah, I'd probably just. I wouldn't have the armory shown because it's cool, but it's like. I don't know. I think there's like the different one, right? Where it's like from the older film or whatever, or like it doesn't look like it's acrylic or something.
Yeah, it's
right?
that one's from is it
maybe the Begins? I don't
Dark
know.
Knight?
I don't even know.
Can't
Or
be
maybe the
Begins. 'Cause
beginning of
it's
Dark
the
Knight.
Dark Knight
Oh, yeah,
suit.
you're right.
Yeah, it's the Dark Knight. Yeah.
Yeah, but
that one I like a lot too.
regardless, yeah, I like that one better. I just feel like I'd rather just have him with the cowl. That's what I want. That's the display I'm going for personally. I don't care about really all the others, especially with that 60-year-old Christian Bale right there, or 70. He looks too old for me.
I really hope that's lighting.
Yeah, I think it might be.
Yeah.
Because here he doesn't look
whole
bad.
thing-
Really hope
The
that.
whole photo is like grayed out. Like it's
Yeah.
just a weird.
This looks
His hair
better.
looks great. Like, I don't know what's
Right.
happening.
Yeah.
Yeah, the whole entire photo is like look at right side of you're right, Riley. The whole like his left side, our right side is like literally
Yeah.
gray hairs.
Yeah.
That must be. Yeah, maybe you're right. Lighting. We'll see.
If any of this is getting pieced out, would you guys like? Would anybody be looking for the power pose Bale just separately to add to your stuff, or not really?
No.
Not for
No.
me. I don't need it.
Maybe the head, if it's okay. Maybe like Kit Bash or Bruce Wayne or something like that. That'd be an option.
And Sneaker, how would you display it? Just as is here?
I'm gonna
In
take
the-
him out of the armory and have him displayed like in the suit with the collar on. I don't really care about the unmasked head sculpt too much because I'm not gonna use it on this. Like I'm not gonna have him displayed like that.
Right.
Like with this being the only figure. The power pose, I don't know what I'm gonna do. Every time I look at this figure, like this power pose now, all I think about is Thrawn's office, aka
I
Mike
know,
Bond's
right?
Literatus. I feel like I have to have this power
It's
pose as
true.
like a representation of him in my collection with the knee brace. That's like all I see when I look at this power pose. I go immediately to like the
Hilarious.
knee brace that he's wearing. So shout out to Thrawn's office, but I don't know what I'm gonna do with that yet. I have no idea. We'll see what it's like. That's gonna be an interesting one. Like I don't have any figure that's like that as far as it being like a power pose. So it'll be interesting to get that one, in hand and figure out what I'm gonna do with it.
Yeah.
So the only way to get this is with everything, right?
Yep.
Like
Yeah.
you have to get.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's so weird because
It
like
is
they do.
waitlisted on.
They love
Sideshow
to
as
do
well.
so many SKUs,
That's
but
gone.
now the one time they don't want to do SKUs. Like
That's a good point.
Yep.
That's wild.
We do have how you figure in the house as well. He says, this is going to be a great centerpiece for my Dark Knight trilogy shelf. If I ever get Catwoman, then I start seeing it come together. That is insane that we are going into almost June and people still don't have their Catwoman from Sideshow.
Dude, I don't have Vader. It's insane. I don't have Vader from Sideshow.
Wow.
The Kenobi Vader. I want it so badly too.
Damn.
Unfortunate, dude.
That is a topic for another show. But speaking of Catwoman, some of us older Keaton fans have been really clamoring for Hot Toys to do a Catwoman and Penguin. Mars Toys has showed some renders that they're probably going to be doing Catwoman from Batman Returns. But Eternal Toys just showed these photos, so I want to kind of just go over these quick as well. I don't know. I don't think this... I think if it's me, I'm going to wait for Mars Toys and see what they do. I don't think at this point Hot Toys is going to do these characters. I don't know if you guys on the panel think differently, but the wait has been too long. So, like, if I can get a Catwoman and a Penguin, I'm going to. But I don't know if this is good enough for me. What do you guys think? Brick, is this good enough for your collection?
What's the price? Do we know yet?
I don't think we know yet.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't say it's good enough, but if it's a, you know,
Oh, I could go look.
Right. Yeah.
But
Going kids.
Anybody want to go on 1/6 kit and look for me?
Yeah.
See what the price is.
I mean, depending on the price, I might go for it, but as of right now, I think I'll just wait, get a better version for the right price. But
Well, and Mars
Yeah,
Toys
it's-
has been knocking it out, so it's
Mars
just easier
Toys.
to say, I'll sit back and wait.
yeah, I think it looks fine. I just don't like. It's the mouth that's doing it, like not doing it for me. There's something with the mouth. That smirk. Got the claws though. I like that. I think the suit looks fine.
A little rip
Pretty
here.
cool. Yeah,
Couple rips, maybe.
I like that.
Yeah, one's here too.
It's different.
I'd be tempted to buy it and just have it as a placeholder, and just in case, you know. Like
Yeah,
I don't mind.
I like
Like
that
I've been
pose.
waiting
That's-
so long for a Catwoman that it's just almost like I don't care. That's where I am. I just
Yeah, I mean,
I
if
need
it's
one.
$200, I might get it. If it's which I don't think it will be, but if it's $200,
It might be.
It
It might
I'll
be.
consider
should
it.
be
Might be
less
less.
than 200.
Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah. Well,
Cat
I'll
lady.
consider it then.
Yeah, Cat Lady. If
Yeah.
only the
Cat Lady
tweeter head
is such a weird
statue.
name.
If only the tweeter head statue was
Cat chick.
1/6 instead of 1/4 scale. So here's the Penguin they did, which got pretty okay reviews, but that one wasn't good enough for me either. I was like, I gotta wait and see like if something else better comes along. It was just.
Yeah. I think the
Decent,
penguin
but-
looks better.
What
The head
is this
sculpt.
from? Does anybody remember this?
Is that when she goes to the jewelry shop and like beats up those cops or whatever? Is that where she
Maybe,
gets
but
that?
I
or-
don't ever remember her like
I don't remember it ever being colorful like that though.
to be an accessory. Yeah, like
Yeah.
interesting. Riley, I know. You've seen the Keaton Batmans, right?
Oh yeah, this is my favorite iteration of Batman. I love Catwoman. Catwoman's like one of my. No, I'm joking. I'm messing with you. I'm messing with you. I want to say I've seen this when I was like a little kid, but honestly, I don't really remember it that much. Maybe I'm doing it a disservice. I should rewatch it, but no, this era just isn't my thing for Batman. Not for me, but looks cool. But yeah, no.
Sneaker, you've recently watched the Keaton films. Are you inclined to add these characters, whether Hot Toys does them or if you can find
No.
not
Right
even
now, I'm
Hot
trying to
Toys
stay
does
away
them,
from
right?
89 Batman because there's just too much stuff that's
Good man,
coming
good man.
out.
good thing this is
really
92
hard.
then.
Just stick.
I'm
stick
just saying,
to
like,
2022.
Okay,
Yeah, this
you know
is
what I mean? Like,
92
I'm just trying to
Batman?
stay
That's
away
a
from
maybe.
all of. I'm just trying to stay away from all of Keaton Batman right now. But I'm gonna go out on a limb and say that Hot Toys might do this for this Batman 85. I think they might do this figure. I think this is gonna be the one that they're gonna do for that. That's gonna be probably like the big one. That's gonna be my prediction.
How many
for the
figures
Batman
do you think
85.
they'll do for Batman 85?
85.
I don't know.
What? Oh yeah,
It's
it's
like
like
the
85th
85th
anniversary.
85.
Yeah,
Oh,
sorry,
my bad.
85th anniversary.
I got
Sorry,
confused.
sorry,
85.
sorry.
They
Yeah,
need
but
to
like the
start
85th
announcing
anniversary.
quick because
I
feel
feel
like
like
this-
this.
I feel like this.
We're almost
I feel
halfway
like
through
this-
the year and there's been nothing.
I feel like this might happen. I feel like this is going to be the Batman 85th anniversary, one of the figures that they come out with.
Or will they
I'd
do
say-
another Bale, like a Bale,
I'll say 3 figures, and I think they're all going to be Batman.
Chrome Bale?
Yeah, they're gonna do
for 85.
They've got to know. They've got to know that people want this. Like they have got to know people want this really bad.
News to them. They're just hearing this.
We
You're
thought
listening
everybody was like
here
Riley.
first.
Wait, what?
Gold Crumb Catwoman.
You do?
Look at
Riley,
this.
you should watch this, man. Riley, you should watch it. Like I think
Dude, they're good.
like knowing that you're a Batman fan. I feel like you would enjoy the movies.
I think it has the best Batman introduction, Batman Returns, Batman introduction, any other Batman. Like when he first appears.
I feel like you would like it. Like it's you can tell like it's obviously older and like dated, but like there's something about the movies. Like one thing I really liked, I don't want to get too sidetracked, but like the set pieces and the scenes in the movie are so well done. Like the way they do the cities and like it's all like kind of practical effects. And
Not as good as the Batman though, right? Of course not. Not as good as 2022.
No, I mean for me,
Better,
no, I love 22,
Better.
man.
Oh,
22,
better.
dude. Love
Yeah.
22.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I think I've seen the first movie, but yeah, I don't think I saw this one. I might be wrong. I know Nicholson. That one was dope. That was a
First
good one.
one's great, yeah. This is interesting. There's like a deluxe where you can get this love seat
Couch.
Damn.
and you can pose her on here. It kind of
what
looks like the
Spider-Man. I
Tweeterhead
put my
statue.
Spider-Man on there with her.
Do you think?
You would.
That would be
He's not
so
joking.
cool, though, right? Thank you, Riley.
Yeah.
That would be like cool little like.
That's a grail display.
Yeah.
Go for it, dude.
Huh.
Wow.
I don't know. D-Lo, would you go all out and get this one?
No.
Did anybody
Not at
find a
all.
price on this yet?
I think somebody said 153 all in.
Yeah, I think for the
For
standard.
the
Really?
standard.
For the
yeah.
standard, sorry, not I don't know.
Dude,
about
that's
the
not
couch
bad
one,
at all.
This
like,
one's probably like
shipped price
2.
No.
153 for this figure.
That's shipped. That's pretty good.
I'd
Dude,
scoop this up for 153.
150?
I wouldn't
Might
flinch.
too.
I'd get this just to have
But-
something.
But Mars Toys but they've been moving slow on it too, haven't they? Like Mars Toys.
Yeah, I'm still
for the
waiting for
longest
Wonka.
time.
Yeah.
I feel like Mars is gonna be better though.
It will be,
Yeah.
for
it
sure.
will be.
This
I'll
doesn't
wait for
look
the
bad,
art.
but is it good enough? I don't know.
Riley, are you gonna get that Mars Toys Penguin, the 22?
Dude, I think I've seen it. I don't have it on order, but I've seen photos of it. Like I didn't like fully look into it, but like, is that one a good one? Because I think someone posted
It
like an
looks
update
good.
photo on it, right?
I'm probably
Yeah.
gonna I think I'm gonna pre-order. Like there's like a 2-pack and then there's a like 2 singles. I've been going kind of back and forth all day what I'm gonna do, but I think I'm gonna get the single
so
with
that-
like the pinstripe suit.
That just dropped for pre-order, or it's been on order?
It was up a while. It was up like a while ago. I think like 2022 it was up.
Oh wow.
Like it's been a
Is
while,
that-
but it's
I'm the conundrum man. So yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe that's good.
yeah,
I'll see
yeah.
where it
This
goes.
it's back up on 1/6 kit like for a short. I don't know if he's doing like a short like
Oh,
window
sure.
on it, but it looks good. I'm pretty sure.
Actually,
I'm
looks pretty
pull the
good
trigger.
for third party. Yeah, it looks good. I'm gonna look into that for
And
sure.
Mars Toys killing it.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Movie Cannon just picked up Mars Toys Riddler. Need to look
That's right.
into that feral penguin though.
Yeah, it looks good.
Mm.
Damn.
He did a
Conquer
great
Knights
job
is-
in that movie. I love the penguin in that movie. Honestly.
I want a Zoe Kravitz Catwoman. That's what I want.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, that'd be cool too.
I'm surprised
That'd be
they.
so good.
We've talked about this in the past, but surprised they go all in on the Flash movie, but then not the Batman. You know, like
Dude, like exactly.
it's kinda
At least
interesting.
like a Catwoman.
That is very interesting.
And even though
Then they
one of the
canceled one of
Flash
them.
figures got
Crazy.
canceled, you were going to do 2 Flash figures
Crazy.
with everything Ezra Miller's going through, but then we wouldn't get a Catwoman or Riddler.
Interesting choices.
Conquer Knight says Mars will be better for sure.
Yeah, I'm gonna look into this. That looks really good.
Yeah,
Penguin's
Mars has been kind of moving
It's
slow
good.
because
It's like-
with those.
It's good price too. It's like I say it's like around 160.
but they've
I
had
forget
those
exactly what
like
it is, but
Mr. Wayne, Alfred, and then Mr. J or whatever. You know, they've had those on short pre-orders, but they were supposed to ship out, I think April to May, and I think they're still waiting for those.
I'm not crazy about third party, but I do have that Riddler, and it's really good. So I might look into this.
I'm also not crazy about third party, but the Edward Scissorhands from Art Figures is amazing, and then Mars Toys has blown me away with,
They've been killing
with
it.
what they're doing. So I've been willing to take chances on them. D-Lo just
great.
got the 66 Joker not too long ago, and pretty impressed with that. Here's
I only have the Goblin Toys era, the Fiend, I should say,
That was a good one.
which I
So
really
here's-
like. Yeah.
here's the Mars Toys renders. So they would give you, and what Mars Toys does too is they give you a ton of head sculpts, 2 to 3 usually. So whether these are face plates or whatnot, DLO, would you wait for this, or would you still go with that placeholder? Because again, these are just renders. We haven't seen anything yet.
Yeah, I'm gonna get the Eternal one. I just pretty much just made my mind up. I'm gonna get it. Get something in hand. Like I said, it's been far too long. Batman's lonely. All right. So, but I'm sure, like you guys said, I'm sure Mars Toys will improve on that one at some point when that one's ready. But for me at this point now, I'm just ready to have any Catwoman. Like I'm kind of in that like beggars can't be choosy kind of mode when it comes to the character. So I don't mind like double dipping on this one over here. Get that one and then possibly get a Mars Toys one. Or maybe like Sneaker says, maybe we get lucky and that's the big one that happens. And, you know, I can skip over Mars and, you know, wait for the Hot Toys. And I'll just keep Eternals, whatever happens there. But either way, I'm excited that we're finally getting a Catwoman after all these years. So yeah, I can't wait to see what it looks like. I'm definitely going to pick one up.
Jose says Mars Toys is better than some licensed companies, and I would not argue with that either. I mean,
better than Star Ace, that's for sure.
Yeah. Movie Canon says when they announced Tommy Lee Jones Two-Face, he's copping that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, the Riddler looks good from Batman Forever. Penguin looks good from the Batman. Yeah, they've been doing some good work there. So
nice.
I like that Mars Catwoman comes with that battle damage head sculpt too. It's cool.
Right.
It's nice.
Let me just take a look and see if they. Yeah, they didn't really give any like explanation. They just kind of showed this picture. So
it's like you can wait for ours. That's what.
Yeah, they didn't really give any info. They just kind of threw it out there. But so Connor Hotline shared. Did they announce the Two-Face yet for Mars Toys? Is that something? I can't remember.
I have no idea.
I remember seeing a picture of something, but I don't know if that was an announcement. Yeah. But.
Yeah, because I don't know. And DLO, are you gonna get this? Just Wayne? This picture's not the best, but
yeah, no, not for me. I've got the 2-pack from the '92 Batman Return, so don't need it. I'm pretty happy with mine.
All right.
How much did that go for retail?
That Wayne?
2-pack. No, the 2-pack that DLO's got.
Ooh. I'm gonna say, I'll tell you right now.
Probably like $280.
Wow. No. Yeah. I know.
No, probably more than that.
Man.
I'm still tempted on that Joker from Mars Toys with the paint wearing off.
Oh yeah, that one looks good.
$344.
Wow.
Jeez.
All right,
those
boys.
were the times.
Yeah. That's about all I got for tonight's show. So, yeah. Thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to hit that like button on the way out. Riley, thank you so much for being the guest tonight. Hope you had fun. It was fun talking Spider-Man, Batman, Mace, all that good stuff. What you got going on your channel, sir?
Dude, well, thank you for the invite again. It was a blast. It was good to be back. Got some hot spiciness. I threw in that little Mace conversation. That was a blast. But yeah, on the channel right now, I did post a new Spider-Man collection tour. So if anyone wants to check that out, I posted that like a day ago. It was right after I posted that, the new final suit came, and I know I'm gonna get that. So perfect timing. So if you guys want to see that, I posted that. Also, I posted, I believe, all the Star Wars May 4th craziness we had. Also, the in our Batman reviews. So if you guys want to check that out, did get that on the channel. And the next video is going to be posing him. So I'm trying to get the community to finally see that I'm a decent poser. But everyone hates on my posing, so I'm trying to get that changed. So I obviously have a love for this character and the franchise, so that helps. So make sure to check that one out on the Riley Reviews YouTube. Also Instagram, TikTok, all that other fun stuff. Yeah, it was a lot of fun tonight, though. It was a pleasure being on and chatting with the guys. It was dope.
Yeah, I appreciate you taking the time, man. It's always fun. So, you're always a member of the pack. So,
and also,
welcome back.
Thank you, bro. Thank you. I was going to say Nick's OSW. Make sure you check that out. It's going to be Sunday.
Oh, yeah.
That's going to be a lot of fun. And yeah, check out all of these guys' channels. They pump out some amazing content. So please make sure to check them out. Hit the subscribe. This
Appreciate
takes
that.
a lot of time. It takes a lot of time and effort. So that
Yeah.
not a lot of people see. So check these guys out.
Sneaker, how about you? What you got going on, man?
Dude, a lot of stuff going on right now. Recently, a few days ago, I posted my collection tour. So you can go check that out. My third collection tour that I posted. It's been about 6 months since I posted one. Appreciate everybody who's checked that out. The video's doing pretty good. So yes, thank you to all who've looked at that and commented. I got a lot of stuff coming up review wise too. Like I'm going to do a Vader review. I think I talked about it last time of like both like the clean and battle damage Vader together, comparing kind of like CCFL with the USB saber as well. I'm at like 936 subs, I think now, or something like that, getting close to 1,000. So guys, if you haven't, go subscribe. My 1,000 subs stream is probably going to be like in a couple of weeks, 2 to 3 weeks, if I can hit it in that amount of time. But that's going to be a lot of fun. 1,000 sub stream, and I'm already like working on giveaways right now. But I'll tell you right now, like I've been talking to Underground Figures, and they're going to do like 6 different giveaways between channel members and like not like people who aren't channel members. So I'll put details out for that. And there's going to be some other giveaways as well. There's probably gonna be like 10 giveaways at least on this 1,000 sub stream. So quicker you guys get me to 1K, there's gonna be a lot of fun stuff. I'm looking forward to that stream. And that's pretty much it. You can check out my show that I do sneak peek live on Sunday nights at I'm gonna push it to 8 p.m. Central. So 8 p.m. Central on Sunday night. You guys can check that out. Me and How You Figure, good stream. It's a fun time. So and a lot of you guys in the chat are in there, but long-winded, but appreciate you giving me the time. Riley, thanks for being on with us, man. It was fun having you on.
Hell yeah, dude.
That's all I got.
DLO The Collector.
Yes,
You've been a little busy boy over there on your YouTube channel. What you got going on?
Yeah, I beat my personal record. I put out 2 videos in 2.5 weeks, so that's big for me personally. Growth.
Oh,
Right. But shout out to everybody who's already watched my Batman mod tutorial video. That's going very well, on its way to 1,000 views already in just a week's time. So that's pretty cool.
shit, dude.
I don't keep up with the statistics. I'm not into analytics of all this kind of stuff here for me personally, but I just happen to check in on my channel, see how it's doing. I'm actually 11 subs away from 500 with as many videos I put out. So
There we go.
that's way too many subs for the amount of stuff that I put out on a basis. So thank you guys for even doing that. If you guys want to get me to 500, like I said, I'm only 11 away. So shout out to you guys who do. I'm getting into a good rhythm. I'm starting to figure out how to do editing a little bit faster and stuff like that. So I got another video I'm already working on. It should be done very quickly because it doesn't require a whole lot of extra work than usual. This one's gonna be a little bit simpler video, so check out that real soon. But also, I just want to take a moment because Memorial Day is this upcoming Monday. So I just really want to take a moment to thank our armed service men and women who fight for us over here, and shout out to you guys for everything that you guys do for this country. And of course, wherever you guys are, we salute you guys. Thank you so much. And yeah, I just want to make sure you guys get your kudos. You guys are fantastic. Chad, as always, thank you so much for always supporting us here, what we do. Riley, always a blast. We need to get you on more often. 11 months between visits are
Ridiculous.
way too long. But
Let's go. And anyone else's streams, not even Graham's. Shoot me those inbox. Because actually, I did finish my semester for school, so I've been a lot more free. So
Hey,
let me know,
okay.
guys. Yeah,
Nice.
excited, gonna get back
Yes, dude.
back into streaming. Hopefully, even on my own channel. I haven't streamed in like ages, man. I gotta get
into it, brother.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. So sounds like Riley's open and open-minded for that. So yeah, go ahead and send him an invite there. But yeah, for sure, always a blast seeing you, Riley. Keep up the great work that you're doing on your channel.
Cool.
I think your poses are just fine. But
Thank you. There we go. I got one supporter. Let's go.
That's all I got to say for now. But thank you guys, everything. So yeah, if you want to support me, I got 11 more subs to go to hit good old 500.
Yeah, well said.
Nice,
Thank you,
man.
and just to piggyback off of that, yeah, thank you for anybody that has served or is serving. Appreciate you guys and everything you do in protecting our country and making it great. Brick, what's going on your channel, sir?
Yeah, I just want to kind of piggy off that too. My dad served for 30 years, and families go through a lot too. So anybody who either served or family members, thank you very much for all that you do and have done. Videos that I have done recently. I have a couple weeks ago, maybe a little over a week ago, I have figures that are usually hated that I love. And more recently, I have a artisan ranking video that, kind of just for fun, just why not, right? It's a little fun. I'd like to hear what you guys favorite is in the comment section. But I also do, as you guys probably know by now, Bugle 6 every first and third Monday of the month at 8:30 p.m. Central Time. We just had DLO on there with Aaron Collects, P-Rock, and of course Flavio last week. So if you haven't seen that, go ahead and check that out. It was a lot of fun. So, but yeah, guys, check out all these wonderful people's channels. Subscribe to them if you're not subscribed yet. Get Sneaker to 1,000. Get DLO to 500. Get Riley to, what are you at, Riley?
I'm at 3.8 right now, so 4,000.
Get him to 4K. Yeah, and get Jedi up there. I'm sure you guys are already subbed to him since you're watching, but yeah, get him up there. I want those giveaways.
Hell yeah.
As for my channel, I don't know if I'm gonna get a video out this week. I do have a new computer coming in hopefully tomorrow, so I might be setting that up the rest of the week. But if I do have time, I might do I might start doing like rankings per IPs, like my top 5 or 10 that I have. So that's kind of something I'm working on. I just got Rocket from Endgame, but I didn't feel the need to do a review. It's kind of irrelevant at this point. Got the OT Customs, the Batman neck piece, but it's just a simple add-on. I didn't feel like doing a video for that either. So there's just things that I'm just debating if I want to do a video on or not. So I'm kind of just going through that in my own mind. But yeah, we'll have something out next week, if not this week. Otherwise, we'll be back on Wolfpack Wednesdays next week as well. Hope you all have a great and safe Memorial Weekend. Again, thank you to all those that have served. Thank you to all that we have lost, that have fallen. We appreciate you and everything that you've done, and just hope everybody can take a little bit of time to just remember what Memorial Day is about. So have a great weekend. Have a great rest of the week. Love you guys. Riley, send us out with a little too sweet to everybody.
Okay, hold on.
You got
Wait,
this.
do I have to say that? Or what is it? How does it work?
You just do it.
All right. Hold on. Oh, wait, I gotta roll it up.
There we go, guys.
That's good.
There we go.
There you
Thanks
go.
for
Check that
watching.
out.
Too sweet.
Stay safe out there. Keep collecting safely. Keep on breaking, motherfuckers. Goodbye.